WIFTVPM.
Mays Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like May said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
About National Join a Positive Black Organization Day, because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Begin to trust, open up your heart.
Too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. War is not the answer, 'cause only love can conquer hate. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me. Brutality, talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. I want to know what's going on. Ooh. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Mother, mother, mother. Everybody says that we're wrong. Who are they to judge us? Simply because my hair's gone. Oh, no, no. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me. Brutality, talk to me so you can see. Oh, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. What's going on? I want to know what's going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Will you tell me what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, yeah. Oh, mother, everybody says that we're wrong. Who are they to judge us? Simply 'cause my hair's gone. No, no, no. You know we got to find a way to bring some understanding today. Picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me. Brutality, talk to me so you can see what's going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's going on? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's going on? Will you tell me what's going on? I want to know what's going on. What's going on
in our neighborhood
What's going on?
with our political system,
What's going on?
with police brutality,
What's going on?
with education and healthcare.
What's going on? Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. What's going on? 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 What's
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time, I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history. All because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed. To certain rights, we are not granted. The media's the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. It's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show on a Thursday. We are in the building right here on Thursday, February 9th, which means we are 2 weeks in. We're about to roll up on 2 weeks into, it's the second weekend of February, which means we are almost halfway through the second month of the year, Riis. It's moving quick. I just turned 52, and I feel like I'm almost like I'm about to start saying I'm 52 and a half. Where does the time go when you get this old? I do not know. But I must tell you, it is flying, and I gotta be honest with you. My summer's coming too fast. You know, I keep moving it up. So 50, let's say I got 40 something more summers. I'm gonna just keep it on the low, 40. But you know the way that they acting right now. You know they reverse aging people now. Have you seen that? They getting people to go in reverse. First of all, they figured out how to make mice age backwards. Right? So, you know, once they get to the mice, they like, we got to get some people. Then there's this guy on the news I saw that is taking all these chemicals and all this stuff, and he's aging in reverse, too. I'm going to tell you, man, rich people going to figure out a way to live forever, Joe. They're going to start body swapping. They're going to keep their brain and be like, give me a Riis. You're going to get in a car crash accidentally. Riis, they gonna put their brain in you, man. I'm telling you, this stuff is crazy now.
Have you ever heard of the 100 TV series?
No.
That's crazy because that is exactly what happened.
What you mean? That's what happened. So like,
they're called like the Prime. It's like this little TV series that was out. It's called the 100. So like basically these people came to this planet and whatnot, and they had found a way to store a memory, like a little chip to like put in your head. So like So like these people will be like, they will choose you and be like, okay, this the person, like you said, I want this the new Mays. You know, you'll come in there. Next thing you know is they will implant their whole memory. So they have been like living for like 500 years, just in like different bodies.
Do they know how to laser you or something? Do they have like special talents? Like, could you like when do you get superpowers?
No, you didn't get no superpower. You just live forever.
I don't know if I want to live forever. Right, like, cause what happened when the world go like all the way to the left? You was born, I'm already like I'm not asking for nothing bad, but I like this world that we live in now. I'm already having challenges understanding it, Reese.
I would love to live a good 200-300 years.
What if it's a nuclear war?
That's why I didn't say forever.
But they said most Americans believe right now, like 70% of Americans think we'll have a nuclear war within the next 50 years. Like, I don't know if I want to live in no type of even though I feel like it's getting me. I remember when they said you're gonna be able to pay for stuff with your phone, and you're gonna be able to, and you're gonna be able to walk up to the thing and put your phone on, and it's gonna work. We was like, get out of here, you're a liar. I remember this is Captain Kirk for real. Only thing it don't got is a laser beam. I'm gonna tell you like this: there's gonna be a day when they find the final adapter that you're gonna be able to plug your phone into you. I mean, they might as well plug the phone into the kids now. Reese, the phone is an extension. If you watch my daughter with her phone, it is an extension of her hand. She could do all things phone with one hand. I'd be like, what? How did you do that? And she'd be like, Dad, just get your phone. I'd be like, write it down. She'd be like, why? I'll just take a picture. I'm like, and we put it in cursive. Nah.
She good. She can read in cursive.
She can. Now my son.
Oh no, yeah.
You don't know, man.
Like, what that say?
Could you print that? Yeah, I saw a movie where somebody lived forever. It was a thing, and they lived forever, and they finally just wanted to die. They wanted to be in peace. Like, they just wanted to be like, golly, like. That's you? Oh, that's me. Yeah, so anyway, man,
that would be me.
I want to live forever.
Like, if I had a choice, I definitely would. I'd just live inside, be like, all right, I'm tired now. I'm tired.
But you can't kill yourself. I think I saw a movie where it was like you live forever and it sound cool when you first get it, then you can't kill yourself. You can't die, you shoot yourself, you come back to life, you be like, dang, now you got to walk around with a hole in your head. You need another lover like you need a hole in your head. Y'all don't even know that song, do you? You don't know that, do you?
I used to sing that.
You need another lover. Yeah, I don't know. I think every day I'm going to start doing the, did we ever do different strokes? Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means, and along come two. They got nothing but the genes. They got different strokes it takes. Different strokes it takes.
I know you don't know good times, all words. I know that.
I do. I just got to get it started. I know. I do know good times.
Yeah.
See, but I got to get a start. Like, I got to get the, I got to have the first part of it, and just because I had another song in my hand, I can't do it. But I could do good times. Just looking out of the window. Ain't that it?
Yeah, it's a part that, like, everybody don't know, though.
Making a way that you can. Temporary layoffs. Good times. Easy credit rip-offs. Good times. Yeah. What is it?
It's right after Scratching and Surviving.
Scratching and Surviving. Good time.
And it's something, right? Don't nobody know what that is.
That's all right. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to study. I'm going to have it.
You'll research it. Don't nobody know what she said right there.
What was the best TV theme song?
In what era, though?
I'm going to tell you the one I think everybody know, though. What's the Golden Girls? Everybody know the Golden Girls one. What's the Golden Girls? I can't think of it. Anyway, I gotta have the start. Like I need a starter. And then once I get the starter, I'm pretty good. But I got to get the kickoff, and then I got 3 different songs in my head, so I can't get it. But I'm sure at some point it's going to come to me. Anyway, we singing all types of stuff. We doing all types of stuff. And I ain't even said what's up to my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler. How you feeling on this Thursday? You got your chicken wing back? Your chicken wing working? Because you got to flip them chicken wings.
I got to move. I'm capable enough to move. I'm not all the way, but I'm not bad.
Let me tell you what I don't want you doing at work. Don't be working like if you in pain. Don't be. You know the worst part is the people when they be at work and they be acting like they and then because they want you to say go home. Now I told you could go home the other day. I want to be clear. I did say go home, but it is tough for me. Like I got one of the big homies be like some days it be like I be like Doc, you breathing too loud. You breathing too loud. Do I need to stop you? Do you need to go home? Because I don't want to be walking around where you want me to feel bad for you. Like, I'd rather you just call me and say, do it on your own. Then you want me to feel sorry because I'd be like, shoot.
I did go to work one time with a bad back spasm, and I worked in a warehouse. When I tell you.
Oh, no. Hey, I done tried to work through it. That's when you got to get some good dope. You got to get somebody, got to get you one of them 1,200 Tylenol, 1,200 ibuprofens. Yeah, 1,200 ibuprofen had you bounce it. Like, what pain? Till it go away. Then they be like, ah!
I had Tylenol 4 with codeine and still felt it. Let me tell you, man.
Man, I'll never forget the dentist gave me Tylenol 4 with codeine. I drank a 40 and hung out with my cousin. You want to talk about, I was like, well, what? The what? Codeine, man. Hey, Joe. 40 ounce. Old English 800. 40 ounce Old English 800. A Tylenol codeine. Plus some, hey, Joe. For a toothache.
Oh, you know what? I can understand.
Look, toothache, you be like, what else you got back there?
I say you ain't got enough drugs in there.
What else you got back in there?
Nuclear bomb back. We
right.
can nuke this tooth at this. I'm trying to tell you.
Why I'm missing teeth now? I'll be like, you said wait 6 more days, you can take it out now? You can save the tooth? You can save it. Like when you a young guy, like now I'm upset that I didn't save the teeth. Hold on, dog. Wait, you mean I got to come back for 4 visits or I could get this taken out and I don't feel no pain no more? Because the toothache, you be like, you can shoot my head.
On the real, you be like, what you say? You got C4 in the back that you can attach to my tooth?
Please, take it out.
Come on, please. Please put the C4. You put your, that tooth ain't come. You would take anything. What you say, pliers?
Man, Joe, have you ever, like, there have been times when I'd be like, I could just probably take this out myself. Like, I'd be like, it'd be like, and it'd be like the pain, it's like that, doo-doo. Like, you ever woke up from a toothache? Like, a toothache be like, you thought you was asleep? Oh, no, nigga, wake up. Wake up.
And then it seemed like you got to answer so many questions. Then like, yeah, I know you know my tooth hurts. Like,
And nobody feels painful. I mean, everybody empathizes, but it's like you can't see toothache pain. You can't see it, so nobody's like, oh my God, you're in a terrible space. Anyway, y'all, it is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. He got his chicken wing back. Did you say you was blessed by the best? I don't think you said that yet.
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest.
All right, well, we know the rest, so let's get this soul plane up to 60,000 feet. Let's get this bad boy up, and away. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. Look, I'm going to knock out a couple of these headlines before we get to the break, and then we're going to try and stay a little bit on schedule. I'm going to start coming back a little bit earlier, y'all. I've been having to get my groove on. Oh, do want to remind you, Chicago Mayoral Forum 2023, what's in it for the black people first this Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. at Greater Walters AME Church, 84th and Damon. Is it 84th and Damon? It's 84th and Damon. Anyway, y'all check us out this weekend. A lot going on. We'll be making it happen this weekend. Looking forward to the event. Now, we got an action-packed weekend, Riis. Don't forget, I know we got that one up. Let me see what else we got. Don't forget, we got Cam Buckner tomorrow night at Obsidian. Saturday night, we got Sean White doing it live. So ladies, gentlemen, if you are interested in coming and check out, you need something to do for Valentine's Day, come check us out at the Obsidian Social Club. It is members only, but if you are interested in attending, please check out the website. Not the website, the email us at Chicago Obsidian. Or is it Obsidian Chicago? Is it Obsidian Chicago or Chicago Obsidian? I'll look it up. But obsidianchicago@gmail.com. Make your reservations, get your table, bring your lady or your fella. Sean White will be in the building for our Valentine's Day special. And then don't forget on Saturday, we have the Super Bowl, Black Super Bowl Sunday. Dagnabbit. Black Super Bowl, Reese. And I'm going with the blacker of the two quarterbacks. I was talking to my daughter again. She was like, we used to see Patrick Mahomes around Kansas City pretty much. When she went to University of Kansas, Reese. She said she used to see Patrick Mahomes. And, they used to think they was fly. They think they fly. Patrick Mahomes never saw them ever because he was like, excuse me, I'm from Kansas. So I'm going with Jalen Hurts. The blacker of the black quarterbacks. Oh, dag. Let me make sure I forgot King Israel. Hold on one second because I think they got a meeting as well that I want to make sure I get out there. Hold on. Was that yesterday? All right, well, we're going to talk about what's going on. There's a lot going on in CHA as well. All right. Look, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler Riis. They have a star. Oh, shout out to Paul Vallis. In case you don't know, Paul Vallis has joined the ranks of mayoral candidates that are advertising on the Maze Jackson Show. But at the same time, he's starting ads here. They done hit him with another one, Riis. They done said his son is a black killer. Got a police officer's son that apparently shot a black man who was with a gun and a multiple. I wondered, was they hunting him like a rabbit? I don't know. But we're going to talk about it because it's an interesting thing to see. I feel a way all the time about your family being brought into the campaigns. Right, and I want to talk about it, but the tribe dropped an article yesterday, and somebody was strategic enough to drop it in a millennial pro. The tribe is first of all, shout out to the tribe and their publication, but they are definitely millennial targeted, and I think whoever did it was pretty strategic in dropping that video. It was body camera footage of his son being involved in a shooting of a black man, but I don't. Riis, I don't know how I feel about having been the subject of a campaign and being the family member dragged into it, thrown into television commercials, and having my character be smirched. I feel a certain way about the whole thing, and I think that the moment you start talking about people's families, then everybody's family's fair game. Now, let me ask a question. Would people be wrong if they started talking about Mayor Lightfoot's daughter and her class records? Right? I just think, and again, families do not choose to run for office. Candidates do. And sometimes it is interesting to think about, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. I'm not here to defend it. I'm going to provide you an interesting scenario so that while I just want to see good for the goose, good for the gander. Having been a person that has been besmirched by another campaign called homophobic, racist, what was it, Riis? Homophobic, racist, anti-Semitic, and anti-Latino. I think it's a crappy tactic and reeks of desperation. It works, right? When you got $4 million to put behind it. But, I feel a way about that. So we're going to talk about it because it all seems good till it ain't good, till it's your family. Because if that's the case, then who's going to ask about Chuy Garcia has a family member that has some challenges? Like Riis, everybody got somebody in their family that got some challenges, right? Whether you run for office or not, to have those exploited, I'm not exactly sure. Now, again, they're going to claim the relevance, but keep the families out of it, right? Keep the families out of it. It is the Mays Jackson. Yeah, that too. Like, what if somebody starts talking about the mayor's wife, right? Or, like, I just think candidates, I'm looking at these candidates. What happens when somebody starts to bring your wife or husband or child into a campaign, especially your children?
Moral compass.
What?
They try to play on people moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been here. This is this person is really in close tie with this person. So if you kind of like birds of a feather.
Association, guilt by association, etc. I'm just saying, like, if that's what you're doing, then just be prepared for your families. Like, real talk, like, Riis, I think everybody got somebody in their family that if somebody decided to highlight them, that would be a challenge. You dig? But I'm going to let that go for right now. We're going to talk about it a little bit later because I know it's a lot of people sharing that information. Today at 1 p.m., Andre Smith, CEO of Chicago Against Violence and candidate for 20th Ward Alderman, is holding a rally at Wadsworth School in support of the Woodlawn residents. So it's not against the migrants. It's in support of the Woodlawn residents who may feel like their voice is unheard. If you have time today at 1:00, please head over to Wadsworth Elementary School. Let your voices be known and heard. Also, I want to talk about these last-minute friendships. Like, it's kind of funny to me, Riis. I'm getting a whole bunch of last-minute friends. It's like, as we start to close, let me just tell you, if we wasn't talking before this window, if we wasn't cool before, just get your check together. Like, we don't gotta be pretending like, hey, you're Riis. Now it's like, hey, how you doing? What's been going on with you? Look, fam, you want to advertise? Come on, just get your check. Get your check together. It's $50 a spot. Give it to me. Let's get it on air. But there's all these new, man, I just want to talk to you. Can we chat? Can we sit down? Man, you have plenty of time to sit down and talk and be friends, right? And try and build a rapport. Now you got a candidate. That's not to my whiftable people. But I'm just telling y'all, all these people, it's funny to me because now, hey, Riis, I feel like it was a lot of people early in the game that was like, I'll see if I really want to associate. You know who is cool? Everybody else. But it's the black folks that be like, hold up, wait a minute. Now everybody like, you think you could be helpful to us? Oh, it's getting tight out here, huh? Getting tight? Now you got to make some new friends? Bring the check. Bring the check. And you can get on air too. All right, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. Hey, Riis, do you hear did you know that this Cook County released a basic income pilot program? Did you know that? They was giving $5,000 away to residents, and they wanted to let you know that 71% of them are women and almost 50% of the recipients are black. Guess how many people applied, Riis?
How many did?
235,000 people applied for Cook County's basic income. 235,000.
Almost $250,000.
How many you think got it though?
Or like $100K.
Lower.
$50K.
Lower.
$20K.
Lower.
$5K.
Lower.
1,000.
3,200 people. 3,250 people out of 235,000 got basic income. And now they saying that the checks are too small because of inflation. Riis, this is an example of like us getting spun. Right? So they going to come up and say that Cook County was the first to launch universal basic income. Riis, if only 3,000 people out of 235,000 got it. Riis, why I want to do that? Let's let's do the math on that. Let me get this real quick. Because, okay. 3,250 divided by 235. 3,000. 1.9%, 2% of the people that applied got it. 2%. 2. Actually, 1.9. I'm rounding up. Here goes the number. Riis, I feel a certain way when people be like, and we did universal health, universal basic income for 2%, not 22. It's kind of crazy to me. But that is the stuff that we get put up. Sophia King is out with ads. I got to tell y'all, I'm tired of the campaign crybabies, right? The reality is in campaigns, people steal lawn signs. People steal lawn signs. People play campaign tricks, and stop crying about it. It's the game, right? It's like it was funny because there's some videos of people still taking lawn signs. Fam, if your lawn sign is in the thoroughfare, it's fair game. Like if you do not put your lawn sign in a yard, then in my estimation as a citizen of Chicago, I have every right to clean up my neighborhood. No? How you gonna put signs in the thoroughfare? I'm saying, now you can put them up, but you can't complain that somebody took them down. You really can't. That's why I always tell people, Riis, people like to put 500 signs in one thing because they feel like they did something, and really what they doing is wasting signs, right? People want to put, they think ooh, I'm about to make a whole sculpture right here, and they do a whole thoroughfare. I used to be like, put 100 signs right there, because guess what I'm about to do? Send streets and sands to clean it up because this is illegal. Shoot, if I live in a neighborhood and you put your sign on on the community property, that's the same thing as litter to me. I used to call it litter removal. Right? But that's okay. It's a whole different game. You put my signs illegal, but you gonna tell on people? I just gotta tell all y'all. That's the game. Remember I told you I used to get Ricky Henderson signs? I used to get $25 for them big signs. And Ricky just went up a level. But that's the game, man. That's what make it fun. That's the problem with y'all, you millennials these days. No fair. The stuff like when we used to play tackle football, now y'all want to play flag football, right? You're hitting me too hard. And now you want to play two-hand touch. You don't even want to play flag football because that's not fair. Hey, man, this is Chicago politics, right? Shout out to everybody who respected the Carrie Steele signs except for the city of Chicago who was picking our stuff up. But anyway, when Pastor Butler was moved, hey man, I complained because I wanted to end Pastor Butler. I ain't crying. I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm just saying, man, we got a bigger squad. So Pastor Butler put our stuff down. We ain't had nothing to do with you. Now, if you want to get in the mix, we can get in the mix. I had a squad that go clean you up. I'm just saying, let us be. Have a daytime. Have an understanding. I ain't crying that you took it up. It's like I got a platform, so I want to put, you hurt us, we gonna hurt you. So Pastor Butler, if you stole Carrie signs, guess how many, if it didn't have nothing to do with you, you should have stayed out of that. Because guess what you didn't get? The votes. I mean, I used every tool we had in the toolbox. Anyway, y'all. So it's the game that's happening. Finally, Riis. Cheating. Let me just say this to the IHSA referees. It is not your job to make the game close. It's not your job because you feel bad that the other team is getting whooped, that you are going to even it up by officiating. I must tell you yesterday, first of all, shout out to the Holy Trinity Tigers. One more game in the regular season this Friday. We snapped last night. Riis, we was up by damn near 35, 40 points. The refs called at least 40 fouls on the team in the second half. We had 3 free throws. They had 40. We still beat them. But my premise was like, dog, I was like, ref, you cheating. Like, they like, we don't cheat. He's like, look at the scoreboard. Why are you worried about it? I'm like, cuz damn it. We did, you know, when your kid's doing good, and it's like, when we get whooped, don't nobody be like, hold up. When it was Christ the King, bro, it was the coach saying, hold up, peace. We gonna take them off you. But I just felt a certain way. Shout out to my guys from Holy Trinity yesterday who got off against Chicago Math and Science Academy. And then it's like, I don't understand these snapping off coaches. I don't know. I don't know, Riis. I mean, I understand the coaches, but I feel like if you embarrass the kid on the floor, screaming at him, you throw him out of his game anyway. So I don't know what the coach was doing, but they had one of the other coaches was wearing an ankh. He had a big old dashiki with an ankh on, and I was like, now we got a whoop on X-Clan up in this mug. I ain't want to beat on the brothers so bad, but shout out to the Holy Trinity Tigers, man. Seniors did they thing. Hey, man, MJ was getting out. He was on fire yesterday till he fouled him out, Riis. But, you know, I feel like I might have got him fouled out because I was talking mad garbage to the refs at a certain point. Then it was like, what happened to MJ?
He's like, which one your son? That one right there. Okay.
Foul.
It's a timeout. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what but I'm gonna tell you, Riis, I said let me get I just want them to make me pass out the checks, because if I pass out the checks and you be playing crazy, you know when you getting the check? When I leave the building. You like, they get their check before no, homie, you gonna wait till after the game. We'll give you your checks when the athletic director come down. Where's the athletic director? I'll be down in about 30 minutes. Sit your ass on the bench. It was bogus yesterday, but the Holy Trinity Tigers pulled it out yesterday, man. It was great. Why do they want to keep it close? We didn't. Riis, you can't come back. 40 free throws, man. 40. Anyway, shout out to the Holy Trinity Tigers. All my guys doing their thing. They were snapping off yesterday. It's like, I wish they had about 10 more games, right? Because now I feel like they starting to gel, like everybody kind of got, right? It is like we got one more game. Then we got to play Chicago Hope. At Chicago Hope. Oh, Lord, Riis. It's crazy. Ain't your job to keep the game close. Your job is to be the neutral official. Anyway, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. Those are my headlines. So when we come back, we are going to hit up the social media question today. Look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, as well as my whole Lions Den family. We'll talk to you in a few minutes when we come back.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mace Jackson.
Tune in to the Mace Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, it's the Mace Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mace said. We out of here. Peace.
My name is Chris Levy, and I'm working hard to become your next 5th Ward Alderman. As a lifelong Chicagoan, I chose the historic 5th Ward as my home and a place to raise my family. This means I have a vested interest in our safety and prosperity. But we need a change, and I'm the best candidate for the job. I'm not a career politician, but a motivated citizen who cares and will do whatever it takes to restore our community to greatness. My name is Chris Levy, and I want to drive change. Please punch 60 and vote for me for 5th Ward Alderman. My name is Chris Levy, and I approve this message.
We can count on Paul Vallis. When Paul Vallis was CEO of Chicago Public Schools, he revitalized our neighborhood schools. No one delivered more for our underserved young people than Paul Vallis. As mayor, Paul Vallis will ensure that communities long neglected get a fair share of city investment, attracting the grocery stores we need, improving sanitation, and other city services in our neighborhoods. Vote Paul Vallis, a mayor for all of us. Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. The violence in Chicago must stop. Willie Wilson pledges real action to do that. A revised police structure, 4 superintendents, more accessible to their neighborhoods, providing faster communication and concentration of resources. Willie Wilson pledges more integrated police patrols to increase community, confidence, and cooperation. Willie Wilson's pledge will make Chicago safer. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media Radio? The time is now 6:55 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. As you head over to sports, blockbuster trade last night as Kevin Durant is sent to the Phoenix Suns for 3 players and 4 picks. That just shook up the West. Let's head over to traffic all to the Kennedy. Overhead to the loop will be 34 minutes. Outbound will be 28 on the east. From Deerfield to the Exchange will be 40 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 32 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the loop will be 42 minutes. 30 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 51 minutes. Outbound will be 33. On the Bishop Ford is 46 minutes from I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 38 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the loop, 12 minutes to 95th. While DuSable Drive South 55th to Jackson will be 8 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 10 and 9 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 36 and heavy rain. Today will be a high of 44 with a low of 34. Expect rain into the late afternoons. I'm Riis the Ruler. It's Thursday. It's the Mays Jackson Show.
Oh yeah, come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. 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 From glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. God's gonna turn it around. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host. Turn me up in my headphones a little bit. You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. Let me tell y'all, got to say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM who join us every day, 6:30 to 8 a.m. That's right, WBGX 1570 AM. They join us every day from 6:30 to 8. You can catch us every day, 6:30 to 8 a.m. Oh, yeah, we'll do that too. 6:30 to 8 every day, Monday through Friday on the Mays Jackson Show. Now, I got to tell y'all, you might check us out on TuneIn like Sister Zakia, like John Austin, but y'all got to come off. Like at 8 o'clock, you come on and join the rest of us that are here from 6 to 9 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Now, you can also show us some love, whether it's Facebook stars, whether you want to contribute directly, or whether you want to hit the super chat. You can do it all right here. Support us as we continue to grow. Now, Riis, it's that time of the day. You know, we do it every day. Hold on, let me see if I can find them on a different spot. Let me check my joint out. Let me see. What do they do the birthday calendar on, yo? All right, I had to do it just like this. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos, and every single day. Dang. All right, it's time for the happy birthdays. I got it. Shout out to Natasha Dunn, Dana George, Tanji Turner, Darius Randall, you know the preacher, Reverend Darius. You know he is out there. He tuning in probably. Hey, man, hit that horn on the drum. Wah, 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 wah. Shout out to Tyler Jenkins, Stephanie Dixon, Elizabeth Slaughter Turnbaugh. Shout out to all of you all as you have this happy birthday. Celebrate yourselves on this day because it is your special day. So have a birthday celebration, have a drink, but know that the Maze Jackson Show, all of us here from the Lions Den and the family wish you all a happy birthday. Well, most of y'all. Some of y'all, your name just on the list. But for the most of y'all, we wish y'all a happy birthday. We wish y'all the best. Thank you very much. All right, y'all, it is the Maze Jackson Show. And real quick, Riis, before I get into that, flip me over to the computer because I want to check out a story. You know, I got to show a little love. You ready? So I don't know if y'all saw this yesterday on Fox 32, but I'm going to take a quick moment and show some love to one of the biggest, to the best people out here doing it. And you know, today is the big senior day. So if you are a senior and you are looking to do something at 9 o'clock today at Peaches, they got a senior event. You know, I got to get the flights and they'll send me the flyer and then I will put it up as well. But y'all go to Peaches today and let me just show this story to you real quick. You ready, Riis? All right, here we go.
That has often been voted one of the best in the city.
Sylvia Perez takes us to Peaches Restaurant to introduce us to their recipe for success that involves so much more than just the amazing food.
Head out to 47th and King Drive in Bronzeville. Enter through these doors and you are met with some of the best mouth-watering Southern cooking you've ever tasted. Welcome to Peaches on 47. Today, Chef Trillis Rollins is in the kitchen.
We try to promote an environment here that makes you feel like you're stepping into the kitchen with your grandmother or your mother. So we serve a lot of traditional Southern comfort food.
Grits! Maybe it's traditional, but certainly not typical.
So we got banana rum here, peach bourbon, French toast here, shrimp and grits. One of our takes on a signature dish, the Eggs Benedict. So we call this the Southern Benedict. Another one of our signature dishes is called the Hangover Plate.
Here at Peaches Restaurant, it's more than just amazing food. It's about the community. It's about the people who come here regularly. It's about the family that has been created working back in the kitchen, and it's about love. And let me tell you something. Too bad you're not here because, oh my gosh, I am loving this. So good. Oh.
Yes, our customers, but more importantly, absolutely our staff. We love them. Yeah, we love them.
And it's that love and commitment to staff and community that had Chef Cliff Rome, the owner of Peaches, start up his training program called Mise en Place. It's a French culinary term for putting everything in place before you start cooking to set up for success. In this case, it means finding the right people to grow and mold as successful leaders.
We purposely find people who are not necessarily into the food and beverage restaurant, but they're workers. That is definitely where Nakia came from. A college student, still trying to figure it out, right? But not quite sure. And then we're like, you're a worker. Come on over, we got you. Yes, yes.
I was told by Little Bird that you were kind of shy when you started doing this, and things have changed.
Yeah, I was really shy.
So this is really giving you confidence?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And if you look at Peaches staff, you will see the diversity. All people of color. Like
Black.
The patrons who eat here, many come from the community.
Black.
This Black-owned business is all about giving back, representation,
Shut up,
growing future
Trillis.
leaders, and seeing success in others who look like them.
I think it's so much more important for my staff to see themselves on a daily basis operating a Black-owned restaurant, and they see themselves doing it. It's important for our customers as well. And it's one of those things where you go north of Roosevelt, sometimes you don't see us in the hospitality and culinary industry. And there's lots of people that find their lane in this space.
And oh yeah, back to the food. Chef Rollins is the perfect example of the Peaches mission. He started out as a dishwasher. Today, he is the chef, leaving his own stamp on the food people come to expect when they dine at Peaches. Their recipe for success? Food for the body is not enough. You must also provide nurturing for the soul. Sylvia Perez, Fox 32, Chicago.
Y'all give Tennille a big Riis fan applause. Give Tennille a big shout out. Shout out to Peaches as well. Shout out to everybody over in the family. Y'all know Peaches has taken such good care of us.
Booking.com.
Oh, my bad. On so many locations. Booking.com. End of you booking. We're going to end you now. But, hey, man, I just want to tell y'all Tennille done stole my TV space. You know what I'm saying, Tennille? Shout out to my sister. Y'all know I'm super proud of her. And awesome. Shout out to Cliff Rome. Shout out to the whole Peaches staff and family. And just in case y'all don't know, speaking of that, Tennille, tell Trillis, since he all famous, we going to need him to be to cater the joint for Sunday, for the football game, right? Trillis, don't be tripping over that, dog. I know you famous. You know last year Trillis won. He makes the best over medium eggs as well. But y'all don't get a chance. Y'all get a chance. Go down to Peaches restaurant on 47th and King Drive and go support. We talk a lot about black staff and what we don't do, et cetera. And I got to give my sister a big shout because I do feel like it is her ministry now to work with. We used to, the premise of Universal Maze Jack used to be to work with at-risk youth to teach them basic job skills. I got too old. I ain't had time to be trying to retrain brothers who didn't. Tennille, shout out to Cliff Rome, shout out to Eileen, shout out to the whole family that has invested in the young people and older people to give them an opportunity in the hospitality industry. Just know that that's one of the things that the Jacksons try to always do, is try to create opportunities for people. It's like we are demanding, but we always want to see people do better. So shout out to Aunt Tennille, shout out to everybody and the whole staff over at Peaches. And Tennille, could you please call Trillis and tell him we want him to do tell him make us a little fancy. Reagan Babo, you should be very proud of your mommy. I feel like Reagan ready to run I told you when I talk to Reagan, I be feeling like a failure sometimes because, Reagan be like, I could run the restaurant if mommy wasn't here, right? Reagan be like, this. But she's probably on her way to school. Don't make me come up to that school. Yeah, I see my niece goes to high school and grammar school at the same time. Anyway, shout out to Peaches, 47th and King Drive. They have been an integral part of our success. And I just am grateful. I can't believe how long it's been since you've been at Peaches, since they opened it, since it was the concept, right? So we always looking for a place to go. But make sure you start with Peaches, all right? It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson Riis. I think I kind of talked through my break real quick. I got a question, Riis. This is not the social media question of the day. This is not. Look, you had your finger ready. You're not going to get me. What do you do when somebody bounces a check to you and then don't answer the phone? And they already got the service. How do you handle that? Let me ask y'all a question. Anybody ever owe you money? Then they write you a check and then the check bounces and they don't answer the phone? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with...
See, that's why millennials, we don't do checks. You got to
cash out me.
Tell me something. That's crazy.
So, I got this problem. I'm going to leave this. How do you handle somebody that got the service? They be like, I got you. Then they come slow. Then they write you a check. Then it bounce. Riis. When you really wasn't going to let them do it in the first place because you was like, we don't need that little money. And I'm not dissing your money, but because you want to create an opportunity. See, people take advantage of socially awkward situations and then wonder why you don't return their call. Why you be like, I could feel when it's like you overdoing it, like you, Riis, look, I don't want no drinks. I don't want no cigars. I want my check. And if you ain't got no check, right, then don't snooze me and impress me. Don't show me you could ball out, you could buy big bottles and drinks and stuff, but when it's time to pay me, or not even pay me, pay my friend, pay somebody that gave you an opportunity, how does that work? When they don't pay you back. And the check bounce. Then they don't want to answer the phone. Do you put them on blast on the radio? Now see? Or do you help them when they try? Like, man, Riis, I ain't gonna say I ain't never bounced a check, but it was accidental. But that's why I try to do everything in a I want you to take the money now. I want it out of my account. I don't want nothing hanging. But Riis, I feel like somebody hustled me. Like, damn, when you wrote that check, you knew you ain't had no money in there. And so but they already got the service and I didn't need to buy them off. Right? Like, I didn't need nothing from them. As a matter of fact, I have been keeping my distance because I feel like, you know how somebody be like, hey man, drink. I'll be like, you just spent what you need to pay me in drinks and alcohol trying to impress me when you would have impressed me by just bringing me my check. See, Riis, this is why it be hard to do black business sometimes. Because they hit you with the brother move. You show the brother love. And then they just, Riis, that's kind of crazy, man. Do you name the names? Do you bash them with the client? Do you just say, I ain't going to say nothing about it? Right? And you don't say nothing about it, but then they will take advantage of the socially awkward situation, be in all the pictures, like walking around like I am the sponsor. No, Negro, not with that money, you ain't the sponsor. But because you want to give somebody the opportunity, right? I don't know, man. I guess that is why you don't do checks.
Cash out me, Zelle me. Send me that. I need that direct.
See, and then I be mad because,
And then you should tell, so that way that people don't.
Do I pay? Do you make people? See, I don't even make people. Go ahead, say that again.
You got to tell so nobody will know to not do business with them.
Now, see, Riis, and that's the problem. See, because how you going to come to me to get you some business and then screw over the business that I'm trying to build that you trying to build a relationship with? Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm going to stop. I just had somebody else tell me I needed to drop my prices too, my rental prices, because people can't afford it. Should you drop your prices because people can't afford it, or should you just say get the people that can afford it?
It all depends on if it's not gonna like hurt your brand to keep your prices. Then yeah, like if it's not gonna affect you. But if you know that you can catch more bees with honey, then But if it's already working for you, then don't change.
See, that's my thing. Like, my thing is this. So I could do 3 things and never open for the month and be straight, or I could be open every day trying to chase people, and then I can't.
Smarter,
huh?
Yeah, it works smarter.
Then people be like, "Man, you excluding the poor man," and I'm not excluding
the. Ain't today. Yesterday's prices ain't today's prices, man. I'm sorry. Yesterday's prices ain't today's prices, and then they gonna tell you about some other business that's doing this, and then you gonna be like, well, go ahead and go over there.
Lord. Oh, that's right. I am not the Red Cross. I used to say that all the time. We are in this business to make money. Yeah, it's funny because I just had people trying to shame me into dropping the prices. I'm like, there's people that take the price and be like, yes. You said wait till Saturday? No, I ain't wait till Saturday. Okay, I'll wait till Saturday, Carletta. I'm going to wait till Saturday. This is not Carletta Kelly. I just want to make sure that y'all know that she has been working adamantly to do the right thing. But don't you hate when somebody you go out on a limb for somebody and they burn your name up? You like, I'm a vouch. See, that's why now I got to be like, do your vouchers get, now you done burnt up your vouch. Anyway, Riis, I'm being a little personal right now, but I do feel a certain way that someone, Reese, the part that really blows me though is like at the event.
Say something though, so they don't do nobody else wrong like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So Reese, it's like, here go my thing. So we at this big old event, right? All the sponsors are sponsors because they either got money or they got resources. And somebody decides that they gonna bring their little bitty money to the table and go get the sister who, you know, is trying to be about the community. I'm like, look, this whole thing is about the community, and everybody up here paid this many thousands, or did this, and this. You gonna come with your little two. First you start, Reese, what happened when you start saying it's gonna be 20 stacks, and then you be like, my bad, it's 2. Then you bounce to 2? Then you bounce to 2? But hold on, at the event, you ain't paid it. You wanna be in all the pictures. I got to tell you, fam, you gotta get up. I'm a sponsor. I know how much you paid for. You didn't pay for a sponsor. Get up and let the honorees sit down. All the pictures, got all the bang. Now I ain't answering the phone. And then the crazy part is he ain't do it to me. He did it to a friend of mine who's vouched. Now I got a question. Right? Now, friend, your people they don't get no credit. You straight. Whatever you need, you straight. But you might be a poor judge of character. You might be a poor judge of character. Luckily for all of us, we good. But I do think that this is why you can't never get 30-day terms from black people. Right? You like, Reese, usually when you go to a white company, you can order the stuff, you got 30 days to pay because everybody knows the credit cycle. That's why when it be black people, you got to be like, I got to pay up front. Pay up front. And I be mad when I go shop at black businesses because they be like, you got to pay up front. Pay before you drop the order off. Before you get the order, I need my deposit. We was talking about this yesterday. Go to other people, guess what they do? They say, here, I pay for it and just pay me when you get, I pay for everything and I give you the bill. But yeah, I'm going to tell you, what they say, never argue with a person who buys ink by the barrel. You probably shouldn't cross people that have newspapers and radio stations. I just need to say that. So somebody, man. Martell, you got 30 plus years in a collection. So here's my thing though. The bad part is I gave the money away. I was like, because you know what? We don't want it. You keep it. But then how you going to bounce it to somebody else? Then you ever had your check bounced and then somebody bounce you a check and then everything else go down? So you done messed up. Now everybody looking at you crazy. Now you don't want to answer the phone because you put in a check that somebody bounced to you after everybody did all the work.
See, that's a problem that a few millenniums will ever experience as a bounce check. Like, you're going to have to sell that thing to me.
Dang, man, that's deep. I need that. I need Zelle, ACH, Cash App, whatever, and you paying the fee too. I don't know, man. But can I tell you, I get offended if I got to pay before I get the service rendered. But now I kind of understand. Nah, dog, like, let me see you do it. You know, I always be like, give me the backup. Black people be like, okay. I'll wait till Saturday for the story. Okay. But I'm just telling you, I'm going to tell the story. And I'm going to tell the story. And I'm going to tell the story. And I'm going to post the story. And I'm going to share it to the world. And I'm going to be like, when you see this coming, then it be the same people I told you, then be same one trying to wind up kiss my wife. Man, if you don't get, I remember I used to tell that story about people coming to Carrie walk into the room and you can see the dudes that's lining up to get that free kiss that you can only get at a political event on the cheek, right?
Okay.
I see them coming from around the room. I'd be like, okay, break it up now. Break it up. Shake it. Get a handshake. Anyway, how y'all get y'all money back? What do you do to get your money back when somebody owe you money? Or do you just... So a lot of times, Reese, I just check it off. Like if you play me on money, usually I say the tie goes to you. I'm never going to ask you for it, but don't come around and ask me for nothing. But now I feel like I got to... When you do it like that, when you do it deceptively, then I feel like I got to make sure that it costs you. Because you play my friends. People who can't, you pull up, Freylana. That's funny. Hey, yo, I know you in here.
My worst thing about people that owe me money is when they owe you money and they can't pay you, but you go on a social site and they like living their best life. You know what I'm saying? I be like, you living your best life. They at the club. They doing this. New year, new me. Check out this. They doing all this. What you owe me? That be me. Like I feel like don't
go to
owe
radio
me no
silent.
Money. Don't owe me no money and be partying. I want to see like when I go look.
How much do you just say I ain't going to worry about it?
A couple $100. I probably don't trip.
How much if? Okay.
A couple $100, like Then it all depends on the person, but like like a couple of $100 though.
What if it's a few thousand?
Nah, we ain't forgiving that. we ain't forgiving that. I mean, no.
Really?
No. It's $100. All right, $200. Like you talking about 1,000? Nah. You went on me. You trying to play me. You trying to.
Let me ask you a question. What if you found out that somebody swiped 50 grand from you?
What do you mean? How they swipe it? Like on their card or something?
No. The check came for you, and they cashed it for themselves. And the check was 50 grand, and they played stupid. Like, I don't know what you talk about. Then they play stupid. Then somebody said, I sent you 50 grand. You be like, no, you didn't. And then y'all get into an argument because they like, I sent you 50 grand. And you like, man, you pull out your receipts and be like, you sent me 50 grand. And then they pull out theirs and they show you the deposit. 50 grand, what's the cost? How far would you go to get 50 grand back?
Man, I had to hit up. I had to call some boys. I had to see if one of them, the ECC guys, still teetering on the side. See if they ain't crossed all the way over yet. 'Cause I need to holler at one of y'all. Like if you ain't fully committed to the chain over life yet. 'Cause this man, 50 G's.
What you giving up off the 50?
I give you 10. You go. I give you 10. You gonna bring me back 40. I'm trying to. Because it's either that or nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? I give you.
All right, so if somebody beat you, okay, so that's a 50 grand story. If somebody straight beat you for 2 grand, 3 grand, let's say 2 grand, 3 grand, how far are you going to get it?
Do I got it or is it just like moral?
No, you ain't got it.
Oh, no.
No, I got it. You ain't, but the person that you said, so I say, I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to let you back, but I know you need some, you got a new upstart business, right? You got to pay your staff. You got to pay all your people, right? So I say, the money is owed to me. I say, dude is about to bring the check that you got to get to me. You keep it all.
Pamper said one of us going to jail. I'm telling you. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying for 2 grand, how hard you going for 2 grand if you need
it? If I need it, like probably if I need it, like rent money needed. Oh yeah, I'm going probably pretty hard. But you know what? I'm a moral person too, so I'm also thinking, all right, before I go crazy, can this person pay me back $2,000 anyway?
But here go my thing. They took the 2 grand from you unnecessarily. Like there was no life or death issue. They said, fam, I got it. I'm here for you. No worries. It's not like a life. They didn't borrow it. They came to you and you fronted them the money and then they didn't pay. They was like, I'll pay you back on Monday. They didn't pay you back on Monday. They didn't pay you back on Tuesday. Now you done did everything. You done paid out. You doing all your expenses, and now you realize that you are $3,000 short. But you know you got $2,000 out, and then somebody don't come back to you with the $2,000. And then they show up. Then I call and be like, "Didn't you tell me you was gonna give me $2,000? Get the $2,000 to the people that you said you was gonna give them, so now they can get out of their hole because we all been working together." Right. Then they show up with a check late. Then the check bounced. Yeah, but they knew they was writing you a bounce check.
Yeah, they trying to play you.
How hard do you go? Devin said he gonna camp out under your house for a few days.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I need it, then yeah, but 50 bands, it ain't even no
50 bands. Is that
ain't even no talking? I'm at your job. It's no talking. What are you talking about? 50 bands.
I'm talking about Mug show you. He go to wire transfer to the joint. $50,000.
Yeah, it's over with. Yeah. I wouldn't. I told you.
Salim said you looking for an ECCSC dropout.
I'm looking for one of them. That's what I'm looking for. Let me find one of them people that's teetering on the program.
Man, you gonna push him over the edge, Riis?
You say you did. Just
give us a call, 872-259-74. Open up the phone line.
Last week, right?
872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I went off on a tangent, but somebody owes you money. They come to you. They write you a bounce check. They bounce the check after they done took the service, and now they ain't answering the call. How hard do you go? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Fraylana, you said you accidentally cashed out your cousin $400 and she sent you $360 back. Talk about she accepted and that's all she got. Oh. All right, caller, you on the Maze Jackson show. What you doing to get your money? First of all, how much money do you have to have out there that somebody gotta owe you before you say you coming back to get it? Caller.
Maze.
Yes.
Yeah. I got a guy.
Take us off the speakerphone. Take off the speakerphone.
You're not on speaker.
Okay, cool. Get closer.
You're not on speaker.
You must be on Bluetooth or something. We can hear you better now. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. I got a guy. I lent him $700. He said, "Give me 7. I'm gonna give you 11 back." It's been 2.5 years, but we see each other at funerals or gatherings. He got at the funerals. He got on his full-length mink coat, his hat, his jewelry, and all of that stuff. But I looked at him and I cut my eyes. You know, I'm like, but you know, I kind of look at it like I want to crack his head open. But then again, I've been blessed, you know, so I'm good, you know. But he will need us, I think, before we ever need him. I ain't trying to go sit behind no bars for $700. You know, I told him, you ain't got to give me the 11. Just give me my 7 back that I lent you know. And that was one of them 2-day things. I'm going to give it back to you in a couple of days. But, yeah, I took that loss. I took that L. But it'll never happen again, you know. I ain't going to jail for nobody, no, man. I don't care if it's... I ain't going to give nobody no 50,000. I ain't going to go up in them thousands again. He taught me a lesson right there, and that was 700.
What if it's 3,000?
I tell you like this, man. My daughter lives in Atlanta. She had her first baby, and she stayed in Buckhead. Got a little place in Buckhead. I've been paying her rent and her Range Rover note for her. So I'm at like $2,300 a month, just paying her note and her rent. So I'll do it like that than to lend it to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do it like that than to lend it to somebody, man.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to you, baby. Go ahead.
All right, I appreciate you. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Anybody ever owe you money? And if they owe you money, how you get it back? Now, I am a fan of the whole premise of Riis don't lend it if you can't afford not to get it back. But this is a little different because this to me is theft of services, right? It's like I front you the money because you say, man, I got a corporation or whatever. It take me 30 days to get a check. So I let you get on and I let you do your thing. But then I don't pay you back. Or I come and say in my effort to pay you back, I write you a bounce check. I don't know that that's the same as you just not paying me back. I feel like you came to deceive me, right?
Exactly.
Like you came to deceive me by giving me this piece of paper that is worth nothing based on your word. And I'm not for going to jail for something like that, but I do wonder how hard do you go, and what are your like? I feel like this is another one case of that socially awkward situation, which is I never loan what I never intend to get back, what I don't expect to get back. But like my expectation, that's worst case scenario. What's the matter?
First of all, I did something for your sister, so first of all, she done so much, so I do it anyway. So she just texted me, said, "Oh my God, I forgot to pay you." You know what I'm saying? We are not talking about you.
Oh no,
I know it's just a joke. I'm just laughing. She goes, "But nah, but that's deception. Like if you come to me with a check that does not, and you know it's gonna bounce. You ain't crazy. You is not crazy. You know what's in your account. Yeah, see, like that, like I'd rather you just say I ain't got it. Because now you just because.
But you was just big dog, and you was just at the event like I'm the sponsor. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You, Riis, you at the party with the people that paid $50,000. You got two out. You kicking it like you and I'm talking about dog. We was like, dang, like the sponsors was like the people who put up the big money was like who. And then they started asking me, how much did he put in? Oh, he's a community sponsor. Yes, and they like, why are we giving people these access? Because we want to be partners with the community. We want to give small businesses the opportunity. How much? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me I paid 50 and you paid 2 and you get the same access as me, and then you shortchange the black company because the white boys, they straight. We paid them. So now they good. They can walk away. But you got us out here struggling to pay the black people after you big willie with the white people. Help me understand this. Caller, how far do you go to get your money back, and what's the number that you ain't letting go? Give us a call, 872-259-7474.
Hey, y'all.
Hello?
Yeah, could you hear me?
I can hear you. Who this, Jake?
Yeah.
Jake, what up, man? I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. Jake said, Jake.
Hey, Jake said, I ain't from Houston, I'm from over east.
He said, I'm from over east. 50K, I'm over east. What up, Jake? What up, Jake?
South Sea all day on that north. As they say in Houston, north. They say north. But look at here, 50K. Now, it was for service rendered. The way you set it up was like they gave you some bread, and somebody that you knew took it, right? Or
somebody was an intermediary.
Something like that.
Yep. Somebody we knew. So somebody said, "Look, man, I'm gonna give it to him. Just hand it to me." 50K.
Man, bro, they gotta get that up, bro. They gotta get that bread up. Immediately.
But Jake, am I going to jail for this 50K?
No. I wouldn't do that. It's legal. You mean? But I know a lawyer costs a little bread. But some lawyers, you know what I mean, they might take, you know what I'm saying? Like we said, 10, you know what I mean? I spend 10 to get the 50. You know what I mean? I take 40 and whoever else can get the 10. We'll have to take it to the streets because I know the guys will go, what? They do for 5. But also, they're doing for 5.
I said guys would be like for 5 Okay, I'm gonna stop. I don't want to go too far down this
No,
path.
I'm not saying violence, though. I'm not talking violence, though. I'm not saying, you know what I mean, to get rid of them totally. Now, I ain't talking about get rid of them totally. You know what I mean? Not, you know what I'm saying? But to just, you know what I mean, put some pressure. Touch the, you know what I mean? Check their temperature and make their cough it up. And also, I wanted to say to you, bro, shout out to LeBron James, the GOAT, the all-time leading scorer
Jake, you about to get the
in
button,
NBA
dog.
history.
You about to get the button. You about to get the button. You about to get the button,
Mike is a cornball.
Oh, hit the button. Hit the button. Jake, see, man, you done made it good all this time. Now you want to come over here with the MJ slander. See, we was look, Jake done been good the whole time, right? Do you want to ask him who does that all the time? Throw a little Devin. Want to throw a little be good, got a great comment, then want to throw in the bear slander. Caller, you on the maze? Oh, no one callers. 50,000 or how much money do a person have to owe you before you say I'm going to get it? Riis, I advocate for black businesses to do black business. But, you know, I'm so grateful that I trust my gut. I trust my instinct. If you always telling me about cigars and cognac, but you ain't never talking about a check, you ain't never talking about hiring me, I've been winding down. I don't need to be winding down. And what I notice is if I got to have 3 meetings that are always alcohol or cigar infused, and none of those meetings evolve to what's your fee? No, I'm not introducing you. And I just have to wait for you to prove what I already know. But the crazy part is, now I got to tell my client. I can't let you do work with my client when I know you gon' shortchange the vendors, shortchange the other people, and then I'm going to be standing up there like I vouched. Ugly truth, how many times do I have to ask for it back? Fam, when they send me an invoice, I generally just pay it. If I know I used it, I might be mad as hell because I did it 2 weeks ago, a month ago, and it sounded good when I said it. But then when that bill come, I be mad to the mug. But guess what I go ahead and do? Pay the bill. That's how I used to get jammed up in credit cards, right? Credit cards, you buy something 6 months, a year, last month, and now you don't want to pay for it because, damn, that was a month ago. But now that bill come, and now you got to take out of this month because you let it go for last month. But if you burn your credit, right, it's like you're not just burning your credit, you're burning your name, right? When you bounce a check to the people that you're trying to do business with, or the people that can facilitate you doing business with people that can help you make. So you blew $1 million over $2,000 when you could have just came to the event and been cool. But you wanted to be able to stand next to the people and be like, we ain't gonna say this is, we know you paid 50, he paid 2. And now he bounced to 2. How long do I wait before I tell the client? Immediately?
Immediately.
You can't really come back in the door. I gotta be like, nah, man. Anyway, it's the Mace Jackson Show. Man, people take your money and then they get you. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I got a little diverged a little bit. But when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the news, plus the social media question of the day. Look, y'all, we'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Elect Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. Crime is out of control. Parents are frightened for their children. Downtown and our neighborhoods are at risk. Even gas stations are targets. We will fight back to protect our community. Elect Willie Wilson for mayor.
We can count on Paul Vallis. When Paul Vallis was CEO of Chicago Public Schools, he revitalized our neighborhood schools. No one delivered more for our underserved young people than Paul Vallis. As mayor, Paul Vallis will ensure that communities long neglected get a fair share of city investment, attracting the grocery stores we need, improving sanitation, and other city services in our neighborhoods. Vote Paul Vallis, a mayor for all of us. Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest Black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
Yeah. Ooh. I miss your kiss. Oh, your kiss is one of a kind. It feels so nice. Girl, you do it right. I miss. Oh, girl, you don't go too fast. You take your time. Just how I miss. Hey. Oh, you kiss it, then I'm drifting off your love. Keeps me floating, girl. I miss. And ooh, it feels so good. I wanna come down. Girl, I'm missing that love. Come on. Ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Oh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Come on. When you're not around, girl, I'm tweaking. I swear I be hearing things. Oh, and if I cannot have you, girl, I'm fiending. Oh, that's such a talent you bring. Yeah. Come on. Oh, and day is too long. If I can hold you in my arms, if I can find a real good love. Ooh, that kiss is a drug to me. Baby, your kiss is all I need. Come on. Ooh, it feels so good, baby. Oh, come on. Ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. I miss it already, girl. I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. I miss it already, babe. I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Oh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to life, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now, other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed is all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. And let me tell y'all, we was talking about black people doing black business dirty. Just doing black business dirty. You ever had to make payroll? Let me just ask, have you ever had to make payroll? And can you imagine making payroll and writing checks against a bounce check? Then your whole staff be looking at you crazy because you trusted somebody that played you? I just need to tell y'all that's not acceptable. And so we know who we talk. He probably don't know we talking about him because he probably somewhere big shotting with the other people, probably smoking cigars and drinking cognac with the money you owe people. Now I'm just
be that 50K.
Man, that 50K,
he ain't chilling. I'm trying to tell you.
Man, you 50K, you need to be looking over your shoulder every day, right? You need to worry about every dude walking in the door. Is that? Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, I'm going to mix these two comments, these two things, but we did not do the social media question of the day. So I'm going to do both of them. So have you seen this thing about Paul Vallis and his son being a police officer that shot a black man in, I think it was San Antonio? So the story was broken yesterday by The Tribe. The Tribe is a black newspaper that is written by millennials. It's an online website, etc. Let me see if I could pull it up. It's Tribe Chicago, and it is Chicago. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Oh, that's the restaurant. Oh, The Tribe. TRIBE. Reshaping, they say their purpose is reshaping the narrative of Chicago, the black narrative in Chicago. And so they were the ones who reported on the leaked audio from Jamal Green first. And it's really Riis. Hold on. Let me close that. It says to create, narrate, and reshape. The Tribe is a digital media platform that is reshaping the narrative of Black Chicago and giving ownership back to the people. Our original works in journalism and documentary alongside creative writing and video capture the multifaceted essence of the Black experience in pursuit of truth and liberation. I like The Tribe. Let me read, see what they got about. The Tribe is, So it is Morgan Elise Johnson, Tiffany Walden, David Elito, Jim Daly, Tanya Hill, Jerome Rome J. Johnson, Tiger Ligon. The contributors are Darius Griffin, Ash Nicole, Alexander Galetos, and Bella Boss. The supporters are the Borealis Philanthropy, Chicago Filmmakers, the Staines Family Foundation, Robert McCormick Foundation, and the Field Foundation of Illinois. Riis, I gotta tell you, they're a pretty credible source for young millennials. And yesterday, they reported that Paul Vallis' son, let me read the headline. Get down, boy. Paul Vallis' son is one of 3 police officers who fatally shot a man in Texas in 2022. And then there was video of it, and they released the video. And Riis, I think it's so obviously, I don't think that that's something that they found. I would say that is the. Have you ever heard of? You know, I talk about opposition research. So opposition research is now being. When Paul Vallis was a non-factor, then nobody was dropping opposition research on him. And remember, the mayor was spending all of her time and money attacking Chuy Garcia, trying to bring him down. And now that Paul Vallis is surging, it seems to me that everybody is working hard to get him. It's in all the debates and all of this stuff. And that's the game, right? When you're the front runner, everybody takes shots at you. By the way, the commercial that you said you saw about Paul Vallis being a Republican, that was released by Chuy Garcia. So you did see it on TV, but it was a short version. Then the mayor, who doesn't necessarily have the money to get it out, did the longer version, but they did it on a microsite on a website. So they did the ad, and they hope that they'll get earned media to take it and run with it. But my expectation is now we will see all types of everything coming up, because as we get closer to the election, it's clear that Paul Vallis is surging, Mayor Lightfoot is dropping, and Chuy Garcia in the face of people is dropping as well. So there's this Brandon, and I think that right now the two people that could probably sneak in besides Willie Wilson is and I still got to say Willie Wilson is a sleeper, but Brandon Johnson, Paul Vallis. So they dropped this video of Paul Vallis. Paul Vallis' son is one of 3 police officers who fatally shot a man in Texas in 2022. Riis, you give that to a black newspaper and black folks getting ready to go off, they're going to start turning it off. Because the reality is, right now for the mayor and for CTU and everybody, there's a whole cadre of people that want to see Paul Vallis come down. So I'm not sure who dropped this. I would bet that it's the mayor's team dropping it, because Riis, the mayor's team knows that they're at least 1 or 2 spots out of the runoff. And so they need to drag Paul Vallis. The rest of them, in my estimation, need to save this to the runoff. Because if you're in the runoff, then you start to just every week drop a new story that just piles up and piles up. But I think this is for someone that's desperate to make it into the top 3. So Riis, they've also made the connection between Paul Vallis and the police, linking him to the FOP, even though he didn't get paid for it, right, for negotiating the police contract that the mayor's team seemed to not be able to get in. But let me just say this. Well, let me not say this. Let me ask this. Should family members be off limits in politics? Right? I got a feeling on it. Because I was personally a victim of it. But I think that people use any opportunity to be able to drag your family into it. Right? So what they use to drag me into Kerry's race, because they like to say families off limits, blah, 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 when it's their families. Right? When it's their families, families are off limits until they can find an excuse to bring it into play, because it's really their last hope. Right? Riis, they used the sticker on my computer that said, I support Carrie Steele, to say, while with a sticker supporting Carrie Steele, May said these things. Right? And then it became, well, the reality is we can bring him in because he's an advocate for her. And then all the white boys piled on and said, whatever. But let me talk about your drug addicted child, white people. You're opioid addicted. If I pull up your pictures of your opioid addicted child and put it in, I'll be wrong, right? We should have compassion for them. So I thought about this story about Paul Vallis' son, and it got me to thinking about the social media question of the day. So, Riis, I'm going to ask you, hit the button for me.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
How much responsibility do parents have for their children's actions? especially their grown children's actions. Give us a call, 872-259-7474, because here's what I see. Riis, what I see is black media having our pain and suffering used for political purposes. This is what I see with this Paul Vallis thing. But I'm going to take it a different way. But I'll do. His son was part of a group of 3 people that shot a man that was a suspect and was found with a gun, apparently had a gun, shot. They did the investigation. He was cleared. This happened in 2020. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I did not watch the video. You know why I did not watch the video, Riis? Because I'm tired of seeing black people get killed, like graphically, regardless of whether it serves a purpose. I still haven't watched the beating from Memphis either. Like, I've seen the clips, but not like sat down and watched it because I just don't want to see it. I do believe that families should be off limits, but I have also been I'll be honest with you, I haven't been a part of a campaign where we used family members as a target, but I've been involved in many campaigns where family members were targeted. Ken Duncan, I remember when I was working at the Roosevelt Group, and they took Chuy Garcia. They actually took pictures of Chuy Garcia's son throwing up the rakes and sent it out to people, right? What's the matter? He was throwing up the rakes. I mean, there's stories about his son being involved in issues, etc. I don't talk about them, right? There were stories, and people have shipped the story to me often and said, look, man, his son got this, that, plus he in the streets, blah, 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 right? But Riis, I have chosen to take the path of not involving, like, I got a whole book on dude's son, right? I got a whole bunch of opposition research from when I worked at the Roosevelt Group where they used his son to help Sylvana Tabares win, right? They found pictures of him throwing up gang symbols and all types of stuff, and they put it in mailers and they mailed it to people's houses and they mailed it to communities that were suffering from gang violence. And so they was like, no. Then he lost, and it was an acceptable tactic because nobody cared about there were no rules. It was the means to an end. Although conveniently people said we're going to keep families out of it. And oftentimes when people say we want to keep families out of it, it's because they know they got a tricked out family member that's doing something somewhere in the world, right? When we listen to Brandon Johnson, he tells us the story of his brother who died unhoused and potentially addicted. So imagine somebody going to find video and pictures of his brother in his worst state and saying this is, and starting to send that out in mail. We'd be like, that's wrong. Until it was right. Right? I think about every black state rep and state senator and alderman and everybody, and every single person I know has a family member that has a challenge. Right? And so understanding that, I got real pissed off during the other campaign when it's like, this mug just took a picture of me and my wife at the Urban League, muddied it up, darkened it up, and nobody said nothing. But I think about how many people whose families I know that got people in their family that got issues, and everybody sits back and don't say nothing until it's their turn. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about this Paul Vallis moment, and then I was thinking about Riis, all of the people that have a family member that does not live up to the same values or standard as them. So my question is, How much responsibilities do parents have for their children's actions? Because the challenge that I have is that they're going to and this is not caping for Paul Vallis. This is, let us not be used as tools that will then be turned against you. So now I want you to think about every time a black child is now shot. That happens a lot in Chicago. Can we agree? Will the parents be brought forward? So I want you to think about all the EBKs. Everybody can get it, 60 million ops. I want you to think about all of the guys that are running around. I want you to think about all the mothers that go to church every week and pray for their children, that they be like, Lord, please, please, please. I think about all the black grandmamas that's praying for somebody that's in the streets, and the mothers that are praying for kids in the streets. And I often think when these moments happens, what happens when somebody black when the white press brings up the black people's family's background? And I just want to ask you, how much responsibility does a parent have for their children? Because I guess my question is, if you're going to start holding parents responsible for the actions of their grown children, what does that mean for us? So I often think so you think about the tribe and they're going to be very pro-black, right? What happens when it's the mother of Lil Ray Ray? Do we now castigate the mother of Lil Ray Ray, who don't know how her son got there, don't know how the streets claimed her, but she don't want him out there? How responsible are parents for their children's actions? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. And should families count against you or for you in politics? I mean, I'm not saying that they don't use it, but white folks get us tricked up, right? So this is what happens, Riis. Their kids do heroin. Their kids do heavy drugs, but they have a protected place to do them. Can you imagine taking all of the videos of all the white kids whose families, and we followed them around and said, what does your kid do after school? And then we're able to take that and put it up and hold it against the parent as a candidate. Riis, I think about when I was growing up, my parents were God-fearing Christians. If they knew one half of the things that I was doing, even though they raised me right, I would be on the prayer board. They would have me on the altar every day. I did things that I knew I was taught against. But as you're growing up, it's things I don't want to know from my kids, right? Like, I'm going to always be there for you. But I guess my question is, how responsible are parents for the actions of their children? And does that, by doing this, does the tribe and do black media outlets set our children up for failure? Because now I want you to think about when a black kid gets shot. Do you now automatically blame their parents? I gotta tell you, so many of us, what Ruthie used to say, we down so bad. Riis, how many good black families have a ruffian in their family? Let's just call him a ruffian.
We all do. That's family.
How many grandmamas turn in the killer in the basement?
Probably Probably about like 20%.
You think 20% tell on the killer in the basement?
Yeah, out of 10, yeah, you know, somebody got like a little conscience. I say about like 20%.
So, how many black people got a criminal element in their family?
Everybody. That's what everybody, even black, white, everybody got a criminal in their family.
So when is the rules that you can engage the criminal? When can you talk about it?
Only when it benefits somebody else or something.
Only when it benefits someone else. We play by a different set of rules. And I just want y'all to understand that I'm not tripping. You can take however you want to deal with. They are always blamed for the negative comment. But I just want y'all to think about, if they do it to white people, then it's going to be 10 times worse for black people. And so now my question becomes, who is going to do the opposition research that then brings in everybody's family, right? And what are the bad things? So is drug addiction a bad thing? Or you get to be a victim now, right? Do I then bring up your child that likes to party? Like, there's videos and stuff of everybody. And I just caution us about tying the parents to the children. Because let me just tell you, it's going to be 10 times worse for us. And I just thought it was important that we just touch that. Like, how responsible are the parents for what their children do as grown adults? You ever talk to your kid and tell, well, you probably not, but let me tell you, I'll be like, Milan, you cannot have a drink. She like, I am 23. I will drink this drink, and what I'm going to do, slap it out? Now, it is my hope and prayer that the values that I have poured into her will prevail at 30. Because at 20, you trying all type of stuff. But I want you all to be careful of taking video of people's kids. Parents, how many times has your kid done something you like, Lord have mercy? Where you get this from? I ain't teach you this in my house. I'm not protecting him. But I do want you to be cognizant, and I do want to caution other candidates. I'm not going to talk about any other candidates' children, but let's be clear. Everybody out here probably got a kid with a challenge. Everybody out here got a wife or something that somebody can exploit. And I just want y'all to be clear that when you open up these cans of worms, right? You got him on defense until he say, so, Mayor Lightfoot, what's up with your kid's school? Right? Remember when Rom snapped off because Marianne Ahern said, you doing all this, but you won't send your kids to private, you won't send them to public school? Right? So what happens when people start to ask, well, why don't you send your kid to the neighborhood school like all us got to do? I just want y'all to be clear that when you engage family, as Tamiko says, they ain't gonna talk. If you ain't gonna talk about it, let's talk about it all. And I also caution black media outlets from being the tools of white folks. I get it. It's a hot story, but I want you to be cognizant of who's giving you the story and why they're giving it to you. Because your job is to amp up the black folks to get them. And now you see all the white papers saying, well, we got it from the tribe. So they get to maintain their integrity with the candidates, right? They say, we didn't do this. We didn't bring your family into it. The black newspaper did. And now all of a sudden, these white papers are reporting on the black news. I don't know, man. I just think we can deal with the Paul Vallis thing, and I'm okay with that. But I just want y'all to pay attention to how that happened, right? That did not come out. Now, any other time, that'll be some big white newspaper, but now everybody's sending me, copying me, the Tribe, the XYZ, ABC, right? Because the premise is white folks ain't gonna get mad about it. The point is to make you mad as black folks. But do I see any ads from any of the people on the joint? It's the Mace Jackson Show, y'all. I just want y'all to be careful. Parents cannot always, as much as I love my children, I cannot always control what they do or how they outcome. And the moment that people are starting to be judged by their children or by their family relatives, just ask, do you want a private detective asking you what happened last night? Why was y'all voices loud? What's going on with your kids? Because I'm just telling you, if you bring my kids into it, then isn't it all fair in love and war? The moment you open up the kid game, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm finding somebody in the school to give me your kids' report cards. I'm going to find somebody to find out all of the worst stuff about you. And I'm going to start splashing. And I just need for y'all to understand that part of the reason that the Tribe was given the story was so that white folks can keep their credibility with the candidates. Look, I didn't say that about your family. I was just reporting. And so I just think you need to be cognizant of it, right? So you mean to tell me that the Chicago Tribune, the Chicago Sun-Times, and Cranes, none of them reported that story? You know why they didn't? Because they want to keep their relationship with the candidate because one of them is going to be mayor. And guess what happens? If you did that to me and I do become the mayor, I'm going to want to still have a report. I'm going to still want to have a report. Well, how did the Godfather say, give it to the niggas? They're animals anyway, right? I want you all to be cognizant of how we are used in this game. So again, every reporter credited Tribe for breaking this story. But I guess my question is, who gave Tribe the story? And to the Tribe, I got much respect and much love for what those young people do. I'm not here to negate them. It is one of those things when you see as an old guy and I don't want to see you be the Mace Jackson. Where people tell you the stuff because they know you gonna say it. They can run away, walk back from it, and then they'll be still able to walk into the mayor's office. They'll still be able to walk into whoever's office and still be able to have the relationship and be able to point it at you. That's all I got to say on the topic. Regina, didn't he use his son as a prop in the ad? I'm not sure. If he used his son as a prop in the ad. I saw fake police officers or whatever. But my premise would be still, I'm okay with that. But why y'all telling this? Why are y'all feeding this story to the black news outlet? Because you know white people ain't gonna care, and black folks can then use it. They can then use black folks to go after dude. I'm okay with that. Who's doing it and what's their motive? And what is their relationship with the black community? Do you see any ads anywhere else? So they use the earned media space. You get to break the story so you get clicks. But then you get pushed out for the next 4 years. I'm all good with it. Report it because that is the target, and I think that resonates with millennials. Right? They're going to be like, man, your son is a cop killer or has killed a black person, etc. Willie Wilson going to say, did he commit a crime?
You know what to do then,
right? I just want, and maybe I just don't want to be a tool of someone else. And again, we can report the stories, but if you're going to report that story, then you got to start reporting the stories of, like, I've left Chewy's son alone. Right? I've left all of the criminal stuff. Do y'all understand I get everybody's opposition research book? Because you know what people do, Reese? They call to amp me up because they know I'm going to go get mad black. And I'm going to be like, and then I'm going to catch the Holy Ghost. And I'm going to go, and they going to get an hour free of, right?
Did you hear this? No, I ain't.
What?
Yeah, and then you're gonna, there you go, easy money.
I got him. Look, I'm just telling you. All you gotta do is show me a victim, a black victim, and I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna run up the tree, and I'm okay. I have accepted that space. But you tell me, when have any of the do any of those same white reporters show you love outside of that? Outside of when you're doing the dirty? You think they ain't shot that story to 2579 ABC, right? Who's going to take it? The black media. But guess who ain't seeing no love on the media side, on the ad side? Black media. What was that song by Do or Die with Johnny P? Let me play with your emotion, right? What? It's okay. I'm through, because then I'm gonna have them mad at me, and I'm not mad. It's like everybody sent me a link from the black paper. I saw the black paper mentioned, the black news outlet mentioned in all of the white stories, so they could say, I didn't say it. That's what he said. Now you got to remember, this is the same. Never mind, I'm going to go there. I'm through. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
If you're a business professional, have you ever wanted to multitask on your way to an important meeting instead of navigating through traffic? Fellowship Fleet Limousine and Bus Company is your solution for chauffeured ground transportation. Our company provides sedans, SUVs, stretch limousines, vans, and buses for corporate travel, airport transfers, and group shuttles. If you're a corporate travel manager, individual business professional, event or meeting planner, relax. Let us take the wheel. Visit fellowshipfleet.com to book right now.
Why not Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago? The criminals won't like Willie Wilson in the mayor's office. Fighting crime is Willie Wilson's first priority. Willie Wilson is ready to take on the criminals. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
Loving you has always been easy. Because it's true. Yeah. I wouldn't have believed if someone would have told me you would come along to revamp my soul. Cause I was done with love, my heart had grown cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life, joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Oh yeah. Loving you has always been easy, cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful. More than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love says. Passion and care we show one another, tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy to love. So easy to love, easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, it's what I search my life to do. Yeah.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things, what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Well, since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things, what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said. Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis. I want to remind all the seniors that are listening, if you are out there today, stop by Peaches, located at 4652. That's the corner of 47th and King Drive. Today from 8 a.m. to noon, they are having senior socials at Peaches. Y'all make sure y'all go and check that out. They got menu specials and everything. And y'all going over there. And when you go there, you make sure you tell them Maze said.
You get a discount for that? No.
See that? See, let me just say this.
No.
Didn't I just get through talking about black business can't afford the discount if you gonna play me bogus at the same time. So support the black business. I'm sure they got some specials over there. But this is the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, I'm not tripping on the battle. I'm just saying we should not be cannon fodder. Right? Like, in the game, we become cannon fodder, right? So in a battle, it's like we need to be a strategic player in there. They be like, we gonna sprinkle the black media in to dust up some stuff that we need to do. So I'm not tripping. I just think, again, and so we clear? I think after the last election, I don't think nobody's family is safe. Man. If I get in and I'm trust me when I tell you, I'm going to have your book and I'm going to have all of your video. And then I'm going to find people like Jeff Orr and I'm going to, let me stop. But I'm just telling you, guys, what did I say yesterday? Do not bark up that tree. That tree will fall on you. Right? I just think y'all better be careful. You better be careful what you say to me. Right? That was Sparkle. That was not Kells. That was Sparkle. Yeah, you better be careful what you do to me.
Featuring him. You doing that right?
Hey, Sparkle's my girl. Sparkle. But I'm just telling you, black folks, as this thing goes down the line, and I'm sure the mayor don't want them videos coming out about let me stop. I'm going to let all this go. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show, and I'm all good, but a birdie is telling me that these videos, and there's more coming from the mayor's camp, which I'm okay with that, but Riis, I always think like this, do not bark up that, you got my spot, play it.
And I watched that video.
This the same person. Throwing rocks.
Now, this case was litigated in federal court. The federal judge put in place an order.
There's video for
There's
this.
allegations that she has violated that. A federal judge put rules in place. It's for that judge to determine whether or not that was appropriate. I'm not going to sit here and second guess a federal judge or how the information related to that matter is handled. That's for that judge who I know and is very competent and I'm sure will be fair in assessing.
Because the COPA has not yet made a decision in 22 months on this?
I just, look, we got to fess up and we got to clean it up.
You have the wrong place! You got the wrong house! You got the wrong house!
We will and we must continue to say her name.
Should be. There's no enforcement inflicted about.
Riis. The challenge with all of these people is that, and I gotta tell you, Riis, that the challenge is in this space, is that everybody's family, you don't know what your family be doing when they go home. That's it. Carly on the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. What you got for me today? How responsible should you be for your family members?
Good morning, my son.
Uh-oh. Hey, Sister Zakia. Sister Zakia about to snap off. Go ahead, Sister Zakia. Welcome. I know you came up off your tune-in nap because I saw you sent me a text yesterday, and all I want to do is make sure we ain't cannon fodder. Talk to me, Sister Zakia. What am I missing? What am I...
I have to first consider your Aquarius nature when I go into conversation with you.
What that mean?
You're Aquarius.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
You want everything to be in harmony and you want everything to be all right with everybody if it can be. So you got all these explanations for this, that, and the other. I got some AQ long-time friends, and sometimes I have to give them some air.
You got to make some space. I
don't always think on that level. Now, let me say this. Paul Valle's son shot and killed the black man, shot him 9 times, killed him. I think that this is information that black people need to know, whether they want it, know it or not. I know I'm tired of watching our people being killed by policemen, black and white, okay? But this is information that I think a lot of black people would like to know. This kind of stuff happens in political campaigns. I heard you earlier this morning talking about how the people were defacing the signs and the posters and everything. That goes with the territory, all this ugly stuff. We used to go out in teams pulling up signs and posters and defacing this, that, and other. Ugly stuff happens. This type of thing happens. But black people need to know that Paul Valle's son killed a black man. I don't have any sympathy at all for Paul Valle's. I am not an apologist for Paul Valle's cause. We don't know what our children do, blah, blah, blah. You're right. We don't know. We don't know. It's a lot of influence on our children out here. So you're right. We don't know. But this stuff here, killing a black man, this hits home, close to home, because I'm a black woman. And I have children. And I have grandsons. So, yeah, I'm glad that somebody sent me the info. I needed to know that. And that's how I feel about it. I see the point you're making. But hey, it don't mean nothing to me, my son, okay?
And I'm gonna honor you, Sister Zakia, because, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say I don't really care neither. I don't really care either way because I don't have a horse in this race. I think my perspective is really just the concept, and again, this is one of the things that you have to take into consideration when you run for office, people using your family for or against you. And so I'm not complaining about that. What I do just think is that it's interesting to me that the white media uses us as a shield. That you remember on New Jack City, right? When Nino was getting shot and he was getting shot and he picked up the little girl and then ran, right? It's like we are the little girl in this fight, right? Like I think black folks, as it relates to Vallis, etc., I think they know he's a police guy, and I'm not tripping out on that. And I will respect, that's why we're talking about the conversation. But I also want us to be clear that two things can be happening at the same time, right? We can be being used, and we can have information that we need to know, but it is not altruistic, right? And the person giving you the information is the same person that sicked the Latinos on you to get beat down, right? That said Anjanette Young, that woman, right? And that's where I get caught up. It's like we be like, oh, that's the devil over there. Like, is the devil that ain't part of our team worse than the devil that is? That's all my point is. And I think that the information is information that you should know. My premise is like, go tell the white boys to report it. Right? Go tell the white boys to report it. Now, I'm in a different position. I'm happy to talk about whatever. But the reason that I talk about whatever, guys, is because I don't get any ad revenue. Right? We got Willie Wilson, we got Paul Vallis. We hear Brandon saying he gonna do something with $5 million or whatever money he got. But again, we become the tools of everybody else while everybody else eats. So the Tribune is like, report on their story, but we still finna get these ads. And it's the conundrum of black business where we're expected to be the bearers of bad news, and then at the same time, we don't get none of the good stuff, right? So that's all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Like Salim said, Vallis' son shot a brother down like a rabbit. See, but that's to me.
Nah, everybody want to use.
But check it out. But I'm Willie. But okay, so that's the same thing Willie Wilson was talking about, and we support Willie Wilson in it. Yeah, I'm okay. Like I think the information in the story should be told, but I do want y'all to know that what they say, one in how many black men are involved with the criminal system? And so understand when you open it up, you opening it all the way up. So now my question is, do we go find the crack addict son of brother of Mayor Lightfoot? Do we go find, like, I know people that have dropped out of the race because their children are, or someone in their family is addicted to opioids. Should that be off limits? Does that make you less of a person? I'm not tripping, but I want you all to understand it ain't the ones that you get to pick. It's you can pick. This story is convenient for the tribe. What happens when it's the black person whose family member that we all got? I don't care. I just want y'all to understand that when it's the black people, they're going to report it in the white papers. But they did not burn their own bridge. They used you to burn the bridge. Now, I'm not funded by anybody else. I don't get any additional money, so I talk about what I talk about. I'm talking about this topic. Paul Vallis is an advertiser. Willie Wilson is an advertiser, right? They all know that if you advertise with me, the Mace Jackson Show is the Mace Jackson Show. What I am highlighting for you right now is, and I think that there's a video to watch that everybody can check out and make their own thing, but I want you to be clear. We shop and say, who are we giving this story to? Like, no, really. Who are we going to give this story to? And we get to run, but the same thing is they give the story to another paper and they still got an ad buy. So we find ourselves, remember, this is the same people. Mayor Lightfoot was like, I'm not going to talk to anybody but black media. We ain't seen. But now black media, you convenient enough to drop this story. I remember being at the meeting with the mayor. I can't really go into the details. But clearly, y'all seen anything black media anywhere for the mayor? Anybody? Going? Is she on VON? Maybe there's ads on VON. I don't know any other black-owned people that are winning right now. But you are always good for earned media. And all I'm saying is I don't, that's their editorial objective. But I want us to be clear that black media gets used for, why don't you just report the news story? This is a news story. Just report it. Fam, when it's the white boys, they be like, yeah, the editor be like, hold on. Is this going to sell papers? Is this going to sell? Is this going to increase our viewership? And where are they on the ad buy? Yep. Where are they on the ad side? Hold on. So we gonna win or lose a race for you, and we ain't on your situation? Come on, man. Come on. We are the tools. White folks use us as tools to hurt black people. And now we got black people using us as tools to hurt. You running any Willie Wilson ads? I just want y'all to turn on the TV. I want y'all to go to the black news outlets, and I want y'all to open up and see who got ads in there. And again, fighting versus winning. Fighting versus winning. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We got anybody else on that? That's it. All right, thank you. Paul Vallis' son, accused of, or not accused, apparently he was absolved of it, but shot along with one of 3 officers that shot a black man in Texas. All right. I do want to say that the only 2 people that I see advertising in black media right now with 8 black candidates, 6 black candidates, Willie Wilson, Paul Vallis. And Ricky, just so you know, Paul Vallis done caught up to you. I mean, he was like, I'm just telling you, right? Now he done pushed it out, but the money is the same. So tell Willie, step it on up, because I'm going to have to start equaling y'all out. Anyway, actually, I got to bookend you, really, because he was like, what Willie doing? Give me the front and the back of that. So anyway, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I want to move on from this topic because it's been a little bit longer than I anticipated. Let me see what else I had to talk about today. Do y'all know about independent expenditures? Have I ever talked about independent expenditures? Because it's happening right now. Also want to know, should government pay for Pampers? Let me just ask you that real quick. Riis, do you think the government should pay for Pampers? In case you did not know, there is a bill in Springfield right now that says that it proposes a $70 a month allowance, a $70 a month pamper allowance for poor people in Illinois.
How would they do that? Is it going to like WIC or something?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, I can see that.
A $70 so I guess so where does it begin and where does it end? And is there do you think we should have like a baby checklist?
What you mean by that?
Like, put together a budget. Say, this is what it's going to cost at a bare minimum to have a child. Here are the things you're going to need. And then before you decide to go raw, You review the list. There's an app on your phone that says, now before you choose not to use a condom, do you have the money for 10 Pampers a day, which is going to cost you XYZ? Do you have the money for formula, which is going to cost you XYZ? Do you have the money for the bed sheets, the school, the everything else until you get the child ready to be able to enter the school system? Check, 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 check. And before you decide to not use contraceptives, can you meet these requirements? And the reason I ask this is because I don't know if this is our response. So $70 a month times $1 million? I think it's 1 million people on WIC. Okay. So $70 million added to the budget to provide Pampers for children who have diaper insecurity. So without sounding harsh, what is government's responsibility to its citizens? Now, I don't want to sound like a crazy Republican who says that when you get food stamps, you should only buy certain stuff, right? Like you can't buy fresh meat, you got to buy canned meat. That's a little different. But I am curious to know what is the government's responsibility and what's the government's responsibility and what's the community's responsibility to provide free Pampers. And then the question becomes, what else should we be responsible for providing? I don't want to come off harsh, and I know that Illinois is billing itself now as, I feel like Illinois is like California in the middle, right? And I think we're going to keep moving to that, right? Where we propose all these laws, we propose all of these things that are human rights or whatever they are, but it makes Chicago or Illinois a very expensive place to live. It's so odd to me that, okay, no, it's not odd, but it is a conundrum to me that we want to be the most liberal abortion state in the country, in the Midwest, and at the same time, we want to provide free Pampers. There's something there that I'm confused. I'm not against. I'm not, because somebody is going to write a letter and say I'm anti-women and anti-mothers. But
anti-babies with Pampers.
But I do feel like, family, if you can't afford to throw away the should you be really having the child? And the fact of the matter is, by doing that, it's going to drive the cost of Pampers up for me, who bought my Pampers, and am now moving out of the space of having children, right? And without being a bad person, I want to know, should the state provide a $70 a month allowance for Pampers? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Riis, I learned about this thing called, in the same website, about period insecurity. It's a real thing. Real thing. I am and when I first heard it, I was like, wait, what? But there are a lot of people that don't have money that cannot afford personal feminine hygiene products. And I must tell you, I think I may have ran into some of those people. And oftentimes I would be like, oh, what is going on here? And then I watched the video and I learned about period insecurity. And I don't, but at the same time, and so, like, I think that's different than providing Pampers for children. And it's very difficult to deny cuddly little babies that look so wonderful and who could wish, but Riis, where does it stop? And I just don't know, should the government, because I'm not going to say if you can't pay for Pampers, you shouldn't keep your child, but at what point does bringing the child into the world be your responsibility? And I was under the impression that was the reason that we were trying to become the liberal abortion state, right? Because if you can't afford a child or you can't, right? I thought, and maybe I'm incorrect, but help me understand what are the other things that we should pay for?
You mean like the government?
Pampers for children. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if I gotta buy the Pampers, fam, then I'm assuming that I gotta probably pay the rent. I probably gotta pay for the shoes. They probably got some Jordans and stuff. Anyway, where does the responsibility for the child start and finish? And I gotta be honest, I think this is all part of this whole destabilizing our families. The other thing that I think this really is, Riis, you know what I really think this is? An opportunity to provide free Pampers for arriving citizens, arriving people. So part of your package when you get here is now, because what did he say? We didn't have the birth rate that we need in Illinois. Ain't that what Dick Durbin said? And so now as we look to provide free Pampers, is this another benefit that we as black folks going to be running around claiming, and then it's going to be, the reality is it's only 3,000 people the people that it's really being built for are not for us. But of course, I'll be labeled the racist, xenophobe person. Should we be paying for Pampers? Should we? Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. What's up? Caller?
Byron speaking. Byron here.
Oh, Byron. Byron, you about to go ahead and make him mad this morning, ain't you? I know what you about to do. Go ahead, Byron. What's up, man?
I was trying to not call in. You know, I try not to call in. You know, I try hard. And then you bring up socialism. And black folks love some socialism, everything free. Where is the money going to come from for the new Pampers? Tell me where the money going to come from, Mace.
From my tax dollars. That I don't got no kids. Go ahead. Well, I got to get the grandbaby Pampers. But
Mace, everybody who has an apartment paying taxes is going to pay for it. And they're complaining about the taxes going up. Each program these lunatics down in City Hall or the state create, any program they create, your taxes is going up. I don't understand. You don't understand socialism. You just exist. Everything comes from somebody else to you to take care of you. I remember when people didn't have money for food so the kids could eat before school. Now they're feeding the kids breakfast, lunch, and dinner in school at my expense. Even though they're getting money to take care of the kids. If they're getting money to take care of the kids, take care of the kids. And May, I love it how you always squirm around not saying this, what you really want to say. And it's a beautiful thing. It's an art. That's why I say you're so good at what you do, and you're unreplaceable. Back to that again. I know. I wish you run for Senate, though. Because I still got my $1,000. I'll boost it to $5,000 if you just say, I'll go and do it.
So you know what?
We need people like you.
Well, let me tell you. So let me tell you. Let me just tell you real quick about the Senate thing, and we're going to come back. The thing about the Senate is, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit later, is I really feel like we as black folks are losing, like as the political system has been degraded, we are losing our voice in the black community. And right now, in my estimation, the Senate race will be controlled not by the politicians. It will be controlled by the labor unions who have decided that they can finance and put both candidates in. I saw a story where they are saying that the labor unions are picking, they're not going to even give the committeemen the opportunity to pick. They're going to threaten the committeemen and then put their own candidate in and take both seats. And realistically, Byron, I ain't really trying to have that fight because it's not worth it for the money. And while I really do feel like I would be a good representative for our people, to take on that L and to also know you got to fight the people that have the money and resources, and ain't nobody really willing to fight them either, and they know you ain't nobody really willing to fight. I just decided that it's probably better for me to go ahead and make my money. But Byron, this thing about, I'm okay with kids getting free getting lunch, and they're here. But I think like I feel like people playing around the fact that they ain't gotta pay for Pampers. Like I feel like this is all becoming part of the migrant package that you get when you come here. No, I'm serious. Like when you look at the bill sponsor is Latina, no shade. But again, their goal and their objective is to take care of the migrant and immigrant population. And so who is going to get WIC? Who is going to get all of these benefits? We are moving out. We are shrinking. So this is not a growing problem for us. This is a problem that is for someone else that we get to be the face of. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, Byron.
We're getting played again, man. That's why it was important to have someone downstate like you. I know it's not beneficial for your finances to do what you're doing, and you've been fighting all your life. Yeah, it's time to make your money, but I can still dream. Dude. You know, I sit here and say, this guy's the only guy speaking on behalf of black folks, and most of black folks that hate him are probably black. It's just funny. More white folks probably support you than black folks. I guarantee it, but I'm telling you, big corporate people that said, "Nay, you on the right track, you're doing good things. I'm gonna lay down this change for you." I bet you ain't too many black folks come to you and say, "I'm gonna lay down this $50,000 for your ass." I know it, and I think the only people that's following you back are black folks. Most of them are black folks. I'm gonna say you don't have to say it. They're always getting your way. You're trying to get ahead to build whatever you want to build, and black folks stepping your way, always stepping your way, not paying you, just to block you. That's all they do. And now they can have their representatives go down there and vote for Pampers for people that, I mean, where does it end? That's the question. Where does all this spending end? It ends when H. Simpson and their homeowners are bankrupt. That's when it ends. And then everybody can say, uh-oh, we got a problem. And that's where it ends. It's like Social Security. And 2035 is going to run out of money. You either address it now or you just let it run out of money, then everybody can go, uh-oh, we out of money. There's hard decisions that have to be made. There's planning involved in having a child. I wanted 4 children. I have 0, okay? I wanted all those kids. Just didn't work out for me that way. But you know what?
hey, life goes on. You make decisions and things don't work out the way. You have to keep moving forward, and that's what I do. But you got plans. This is socialism at its best here in Illinois, and black folks need to realize it. There's nothing free in this world. There is nothing free. Somebody's gonna pay for it. It's crime prevention. Crime prevention for what? Take care of your damn kids. I'll lock your ass up. That's all to it. You take care of them, I'll be take care of them for you. But I'm not going to spend more millions upon millions of dollars for this when you can. I'm giving you all these benefits already to take care of your kids. Send them to school. Make sure they do their homework. Make sure they don't get into fights. What actually gives you money to do right things? It's your own responsibility. I hope I don't sound like a Republican, man, because then they cancel me. But guess what? I don't give a damn about them. Because it's good to plan your attack. Whatever a corporate, the black folks hate ask for more. They said, Byron, why you keep asking for more than they give you 2 after I want 10? And they will always fight me. Even brother came to my office and said, Byron, you need to stand aside, you know. He want to fight me. Lucky I had the Q dogs on my side. The Q dogs, I bless the Q dogs, brother. They back me up.
Oh, Lord.
Oh. For some of these Negroes that coming after me. I'm sorry, man. I ain't
going to tell you else they was backing up. But I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let that be. I don't want to be sensitive.
I'm sorry, man. I apologize. I didn't mean to say that. But anyway, it's socialism, and we should not be going on that route. We should not be going that route. I know people call it you're Republican. It's not about that. There's value in work. There's value in planning. There's value in thinking. And you can't expect somebody to take care of your ass all the damn time. There are unfortunate people. Yes, we need to help them. The old, the elderly, the blind, the handicapped. We need to take care of them first. The veterans, they got to be taken care of first. Then any extra money we have, then we can dish it out. But we in Illinois have no extra money. We are in deficit spending, just like the. And thanks for taking my call, man. It's been a beautiful day.
I appreciate you down there still eating grapes. So
I'll be back on Tuesday.
All right, we want to see you, man. Come on down to Peaches next week, and we're going to have a good time. Want to remind you all, everybody, today starts the first day at Peaches, the senior socials. So if you all are seniors and you go by 8 o'clock, from 8 to 12, I might swing by there on my way to the dentist. So I'm going to come check you out. I will swing by Peaches after I get out of here. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. So remember how I told you wealth is legislated too? So Riis, if I get a budget of $70 per person per month, that's not going to go to the person. That budget is going to go to the bottoms, the what is it called? The distribution people, right? And the distribution people are going to get paid at the WIC centers or whatever, and then you're going to go to them and they're going to distribute them free. So guess what, Riis? Now I got to get paid a fee to administrate that, to purchase. So remember how I tell you, like, you usually, when you get these government joints, then it turns into an infrastructure. So that's $70 a person on top of the administration. But I want y'all to understand that this is part of the package, right? So imagine, Riis, when you find out that if you become a migrant to Illinois, you get a city key card, you got a driver's license substitute, you have free women, infant, and children, right? Now we're adding to that a diaper stipend. That all becomes that process that when you move into the shelter, this is your starter kit. This is your starter kit. I got to ask you, if Dick Durbin is saying that our birth rates aren't keeping up in the state of Illinois, and we're moving away and we're leaving, it's like it's not really for us. I mean, we're going to benefit. We can benefit from something that's not for us as we continue to go out. But if you get that allocation and you get replaced, Riis, once it's in the budget, it's forever. Who's the legislator that cancels the free diaper program? Because now you lose every mom. Now, here's the crazy part. Black people are going to vote to do this for someone who cannot vote for them, and eventually, when they have the ability to vote for them, will vote against you. I be so tired sometimes. That's why I gotta quit this. You know, I want to lobby for the bill. I want to be able to get hired, and I want to not know that this in 10 years is going to be the free pamper program that does not benefit us. That's the Maestradamus in me. That's how I got in trouble. Because as we have this conversation, damn it, you know we leaving. Riis, it ain't no more of the stories of the black woman with 10 babies sitting around. You don't see that no more. You don't see the stories of we in the projects and we got 20 kids stacked on top of them. That ain't the narrative no more. If our birth rates are going down, why are we increasing? Why are we creating a program that is, we just said, is dying? I hate it here. When I say I hate it here, I hate it in my mind. Because even as people know our pain, plight, and suffering, that's why today at 1:00, make sure you stop by. If you have time, stop by Wadsworth Elementary School, not to protest the migrants, but to support the residents of Woodlawn. So we need So the pamper program, when we was at 100, when there was 1 million black folks in the city of Chicago. Why now? Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show. Caller?
Shalom.
What up, King?
Man, I'm like Byron. I be trying not to call in. I be trying to listen, but you keep painting this. You keep painting this brush talking about ain't nobody fighting you. Ain't nobody fighting. Man, please. I'm out here fighting every single day. Me and George Blakemore was just out there yesterday on the west side fighting the CHA, these 800-pound gorillas. And where's our spirits, man? Who birth rate declining? Because ours not. Europeans are being birthed out of existence. So I don't know what Dick Durbin talking about. He talking about his people. He ain't talking about us. That's a whole another story. I ain't gonna get you no more letters wrote, but man, don't do what you gotta do. Get that money, man. But the struggle gonna continue, and the Most High gonna prevail. You know, I read that book. I read the back of the book. You know, the devil lose at the end. I read that book.
We got to figure out what part of it we rocking with, though. We got to figure out what part we rocking with, King. Because they be picking and choosing which
and what version too. I mean, because y'all with version. Right. You don't want the one that's been tampered with. You know, you want. That's a long story. Might have to get an Israelite podcast going on once you disappear. Where are you going?
Damn, he said he disappeared me. Hey, I saw you, man. You see they got your
no,
boy.
That's
you see they sent Kyrie to Dallas, right? You see they sent Kyrie to Texas.
Man, I saw this after I got 20 tickets to go see him February 24th. I was like, this motherfucker. I saw that. Actually, and honestly, that's my granddaughter. She's finna be a star. She said that's her favorite player out of all people, and this lady don't know nothing about nothing. Fifth grader. But that's another subject too.
Hey, King.
So Yahweh working in the Yahweh working still motions, and let's if we can touch bases on that CHA, because they have now millions of dollars like government cheese down there. Tomorrow, they doing change orders
you and Tamiko call in tomorrow at 7:00, and we're gonna talk about some more stuff that's going on CHA. You got to recruit Tamiko. I'm sure she probably she listening, no but you call her, and then y'all get me together, and we'll make sure that we talk about it tomorrow at 7. We'll do a half hour on it tomorrow from 7 to 7:30.
Okay.
All right.
One last thing. I was with Brandon Johnson yesterday. He said he gonna hit you, so I heard you say that too. I was trying to hold my peace.
Yeah,
he only 2 people.
He told me that. He told me that a month ago too. right? Like my thing is, these be the, like, you know your values, you speak your values, right? And it's like, my thing is, we have showed that brother all type of love, right? We have, like, no shade, whether you call him the skateboarding cousin, we've always invited him, we've always it's like, here's what happens to black media, y'all. We're the last piece, right? Like, let me take care, and it's what happens to us all the time. Instead of saying, let me start with black media, it's like, no, I got to do the white people, I got to do this, I got to do the TV, I got to do this. And then now we trying to find a budget for you, right? It's like we're trying to find a budget for you, and it's the last 2 weeks. Now, fam, you've been running, you got $2 million worth of TV. You could have probably got all the black media for less than $50,000 or $100,000, right? But again, and I'm not shade, I'm not going to turn any money away, but it is the story of my life. And I understand it, because even in the last time that I was in the last election, it's like you put $1 million on TV, and then everybody tell you, well, you can't find nothing for nobody else. And I've been in that situation, and I understand it. But at some point in this world, black folks got to be black first with black people. It's got to be that way.
Word again, black. I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
Lead that
Well,
we're better off as Negroes, man. We're better off as Negroes. I'm trying to tell you. Dude made up African American. That's a whole nother story. Afro was a damn hairdo. Color, man, don't get me started on our people, man.
Yeah,
So,
man, you gonna start. I'm trying to get out the crayon box, man. I'm trying to get out the crayon box. But I do think, like,
please, man, please.
I'm working.
Please,
Maybe once
man.
I get off this show, then I'll be able to get out. It's too much I done built around it. But the thing I also say
Last but
is,
not least, did Lori say Southwest is our
yes, she
reparation?
did. Yes,
I
she
wanna
did.
know.
She did,
Okay,
I'm waiting for the editors roundtable to release the audio so you can hear her tell it. Because again, it's like, man, Joe, we be going. Like they give us some red meat and we be like, squirrel. Like she done told you she against your whole life. Paul, I'm cool. Like y'all, like we should whoop Paul. But if y'all can whoop Paul and y'all see no problem with Anjanette Young, right? And Salim said, Maze, you're going to die on the Anjanette Young hill. No, I'm not going to die on the Anjanette Young hill. But I think, kill that. I think what you have to recognize is, like, every time these things happen, sis, you got your own story that you got to that we still ain't got no explanation. But what we count on is, Maze, man, they going to wear you out. They'll wear you down. You'll forget, right? Y'all done forgot Anjanette Young all about 25 times over. Man, that broad got her money. She straight. Till it's your mama. And the only reason that I talk about Anjanette Young so passionately is because I always think of that being one of our moms and having someone black be like, I trust the judge. And I feel like the mockery that people make of it, there's like nothing that we have no insult level. None. And it'd be like, Maze is crazy. It was under Rahm's watch, but when the resolution opportunity came, she said, that woman. I know the judge. Forget the screaming, like, how do y'all hear that and be like, it's all good? It's just, that's why I gotta leave you. Because just like you can leave them people behind, that's my problem. My problem is I don't forget. My problem is I haven't forgotten when them bridges went up. I have not forgotten when black people was getting assaulted, but like everybody done moved on. And that's the reason essentially that I'm leaving this space, because I be fighting fights. It's like I feel like Don Quixote. You know who Don Quixote was? He was a Spaniard who fought windmills. Set my windmills, and he thought they were imaginary dragons. He thought they were dragons. And apparently, all of these assaults on us make me on these Don Quixotic pursuits, which is why I gotta go. It's like I'm only going to hurt myself in this spot. No one else is going to be hurt by the hurt that I cause or the fact that I can't let go, right? When you're gonna die on that hill, right? When it's like you're gonna die on that hill, No, I'm not. I'm not going to die bald-headed. I'm not going to die missing teeth. I'm not going to die as all of the black activists that we have seen come through here die of a broken heart because you hoping that your people one day are going to see the same things that you see. I ain't special. I saw when we were playing those videos and you see Lou Palmer and you see Gus Savage and they're saying all the same stuff, and here we are 40 years later saying the same crap, and I think it's brand new, and it's like my man done said everything I said verbatim. You're right. I'm not going to die on the Anjanette Young Hill. I'm not going to die on the Black Hill when you not mad, when there is no insult level. Like there used to be a time when you was brutalized by the police and you knew the black community was going to be outraged. That's how we got here in Washington. Now it'd be like, man, that broad got her money. She got $2 million. She'll be okay. And here I am up here fighting. I hope 100% agree Lori handled it wrong. That's the point. She sided with the judge. She tried to sue the woman who was just trying to get her, and only after we pushed back, only after everybody snapped off, did she have to, look, we got to fess it up. We got to get it right. It's been the same answer for us for the last 4 years. I know. Y'all neighborhoods got tore up. Bridges went up and blocked you off. And I just don't, I can't fight for something that, like, even if you say, man, fam, thank you for sticking with not forgetting. It's like Negroes be prepared for you to die. I ain't got nothing to do with Anjanette Young. I don't even know the lady. She wouldn't even come on the show, right? But that's the story of my life with all of these black people, right? It's like no time until you get disrespected. Then it's like, Maze, can we? It's cool. That's why I'm leaving. I'm not, and I don't have any ill will towards it. I'm not asking for any. It's like I've learned, like, how many times do you have to touch the stove to understand that black people ain't really upset about nothing? I can read this pamper story 300 ways to left. And even though it's going to be part of the package that helps move you out, I will be the crazy one. I don't need no Pampers. I'm straight. I don't need no handouts, gifts, nothing. But I also know that it's not about me. Family, I could go advocate for the Pampers and be the lobbyist for Pampers and say they got to be mandated that they use high-quality Pampers from Pampers, no Huggies. Because that's the wealth part that's being legislated. But they got us sent off. Yep. So, it is the Mace Jackson Show. Man, I done got off on a tangent about 3 times today. Any other callers, any other questions? All hearts clear? That's a call? We'll take your call. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show. What up?
What's going on, bro?
What up, cuz? How you feeling?
Hey, man. I'm feeling great. Hey, they did let you get off on a tangent, bro. And I tried to get in before you went down the rabbit hole. You introduced a term, and you didn't come back to it. And now I can't remember what you said. But I want to ask a question about legislative process. By the time a bill gets to this stage where it's being publicized or discussed, is there time to negotiate the terms within the legislation? So, yes, I understand that the black population is leaving the state is bad, yeah, all of that, fine. But can somebody write in the bill something specifically for that helps black people? Like, is that a thing? Like, that's the part that I think we don't get enough understanding about, bro. Because it always seems to be this gap and then we get emotionally attached on this stuff, and then it ends up passing anyway, and then we still don't get nothing. So, could you just educate the audience on the legislative process and how your advocacy for things gets included into the legislation? I'll land the plane. Don't forget, everybody, about the Whiftable One mayoral forum this weekend. Look for the flyers on that on your social media. And thank you very much, bro. Have a good day. That's it. Peace. Love y'all.
That's my man, Devo. Yes, but it's sort of like we're not the only reason, so there is a process, but there's thousands and thousands of bills in Springfield. The only reason I knew about this bill was because it was on the news, right? And yes, there's opportunity to negotiate, but it's who's negotiating and who are you negotiating on behalf of, right? So the lobbyist, there has to be a lobbyist or a community group that is down in Springfield that is weighing in on it, that is slipping it, that is saying we're in support of it. The negotiation happens between the first, second, and third reading, the moving of it from the House to the Senate. There's a whole negotiation process. But who's hiring the lobbyists to negotiate, and who are you negotiating on behalf of? So remember when I told you a long time ago that I wanted to lobby on behalf of black people, like there be a black collective and I could monitor legislation? Somebody has to have bill review software that says these are all the topics that we care about. Here is what it is. Here are the bills that could impact that. And then we say, okay, do we support this or are we opposed to this? We can support it by slipping it or by opposing it, by slipping for or against it. Then we all identify legislators, black legislators, Latino legislators, or whoever that are, whether they're our district or they are the point people, and we tell them our feelings and we work for them to get it included in the bill. Now, the challenge is you don't have a distinction. And they're going to make it available for all Illinoisans. So the reality is, the way that I would promote, the way that they get around it is you are included, but recognize that everything that they pile into it, there's another Latino caucus, a white caucus. All of those different people are going to be putting their interjection. So if you say, I want this just for black people, right? The Latinos are going to say, we want this. And the reality is you can't say we want it for just black people in Illinois because that's discriminatory. But you can say, I want it for non-English speaking people. See, we haven't even gotten a way to target ourselves specifically. So yes, there is a process, but there has to be a lobbyist. There has to be someone that's doing bill review. There has to be someone that can go to the legislators and start to say, this is the constituency that I represent that's for or against this, or these are the safeguards that need to be put in there. But trust me, the moment that you have somebody say only for black people right now, they're going to have an issue because they're trying to stay elected. All right, man. I was going to talk about independent expenditures. That's what I was going to talk about, which is what is this dark money that is entering the mayor's races. So if you remind me tomorrow, I'll talk about dark money because there's the 77 committee, which has started to launch attack ads against Brandon Johnson on behalf of Mayor Lightfoot. And then there's the Chicago Leadership PAC, which I don't know if you all have seen. There's a whole influx of new Paul Vallis commercials that are all over TV that look very similar. Well, seems like Paul Vallis is independent expenditure. So we'll talk about it and how it's the dark money game and how that impacts the mayor's race. All right, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. Anybody else on the line, Riis? All right, so that's it. Mays, so check this out. Every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Mays said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets where hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find